2.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a second to adjust my microphone here. Yes, hello. Welcome back to Mehcast Reacts Death Battle Volume 23. We had a little bit of a break last week because we had, well, some of our members were out of town, and I just desperately needed a week off of whatever the fuck we were doing, because I had things I needed to get done. But we're back.
We watched animations when you were gone, so you
Yeah,
missed a decent bit of fun variancy. You know, aside from the 5 episodes of What If Dragon Ball. But
I had to work early the next day, so I wasn't going to be able to stay up all night anyways. So we're watching Ugandan Panther versus Man Bat of Gotham.
Yay!
It's Africa versus America, just like old times.
Meanwhile, Jesse Eisenberg is just watching in the background with some popcorn. He passes the
Yeah, him and who's the guy from Godzilla who says, "Let them fight"? He and that guy are sharing the popcorn.
Yeah.
They're not like you and me, which means they must be evil. We must sound the drums.
Ishiro Serizawa is his name.
You know what's ironic? Yeah. We're talking about the DCEU Batman, and they used Christian Bale's Batman render for this thumbnail.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Honestly, I was wondering, is this Dark Knight Batman, or is this like
Dark
DC
Knight.
Batman?
It's Dark Knight Batman. Get it right.
It's Dark Knight Rises.
I'm gonna start the episode now. This is not to throw shade at anyone, but this is one of the weakest season premieres they've ever done.
Episode 88,
easily the weakest.
Yeah, they blatantly admitted that they did this episode just because they wanted to tie it in with Black Panther.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking clear. This was very much made to capitalize on that movie. Good movie, but damn it, Death Battle, this is a mistake.
Batman, who apparently we brought back to life 4 times for this exact series.
By this point, it would have been 3 times, and you would have only died twice.
Find out who would win
That's what Death Battle fan is.
They keep relying on Batman way too.
Nah, it's only 4 episodes out of 171 episodes. Well, yeah, Jedi, you were telling us an interesting fact about this episode off screen, but you want to tell it again here?
Yes, the animation for this episode is done by an old colleague of mine from Cartoon Fight Club, Benny, or as he goes by, Biorhythmic Studios. He's a good animator. This was his first solo death battle. He worked on. Yeah, no one else did the animation. He did this animation all by himself.
Oh wow, I actually didn't know that. I feel bad for blocking the animation in that regard.
Okay, so we can't shit on this harshly if we know that only one person worked on it.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, another thing worth noting.
This is from the Marvel Knights comic, by the way. This is from Ultimate Avengers, I believe.
No, that part was from
Mightiest Heroes.
You know, the same Panther god who thought Doctor Doom was a good guy. You know,
sort of based on Ultimate Avengers, isn't it?
The good news about Benny working on this wouldn't be the last time he would be on Death Battle. He would actually be one of the animators for Ghost Rider vs. Lobo.
Oh, that one was great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah, that was one of the better episodes.
Yeah, he also worked on a few DBXs.
Played 160 plus martial arts.
I'm glad to hear they did a lot better animations, honestly, because this one I wasn't a big fan of. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll change my mind after rewatching it. It's been a while. I do have a question though. I know. Who should Black Panther face in Death Battle? I know one popular suggestion was Noctis from Final Fantasy 15, which is interesting.
Why Noctis would be
Or when I shoot my shotgun with my eyes.
What do you?
Sorry, no amount of vibranium is going to.
What about that cat-based vigilante superhero from you know the Ladybug show? You know the one, right?
I feel like you're downplaying Black Panther a bit too much. I mean, here's the thing. You're down. Let me just say, I feel like you guys are downplaying Black Panther. We both know how stupid the Marvel characters can be at times. Not saying he would win. I'm not saying he would win. I do think he would lose. But he's able to fight and keep up with characters like the Hulk. at full strength. So
Yeah, but
he's not to underestimate.
Here's the thing, Noctis contributed to the death of Shinryu.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
But that's if we can include Destia.
Is Cydia NT even fucking canon?
Yeah.
It technically is. It technically is. But if you were to, you can ignore it. Technically, I don't know. It's weird.
We can't.
Damn, I love how they're using half of this, by the way.
Logic, freaking
I do.
Noctis is more powerful than Heihachi Mishima.
Super rich.
Yeah, Jedi, I'm curious on what. Jedi and RGS, I'm curious on what you two think. Who do you think Black Panther should face off against in Death Battle?
Well, that's a problem. The Batman is the most popular choice. It's been done more times than I can imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, who do you put up against a guy who is in a ultra thick suit?
Oh, that's easy. You want to put a king against a false king? I've got a really good one for you.
What's
Based
that?
off an animal as well.
Opera, maybe?
I got a good one for you. Black Panther versus Don Quixote Don Flamingo from One Piece. He's based off
Oh.
Flamingo.
You know what?
He's a
That'd be
false
pretty
king who
good.
took over a nation. No, he's got
Maybe.
powers. Yeah.
What the fuck?
What happened, Pat?
Whoa.
Why did it go down?
I guess DLC doesn't.
Why
like
did it
One
go
Piece.
down?
Oh, okay. All right. I see how this is.
Oh, my
Yes,
drive
it's here.
disconnected. Hang on. What the fuck? Why did my drive disconnect?
Wow!
Your drive was like, fuck that.
That's weird. That's never happened on this show before.
Without any
Let me-
technical difficulties.
Let me give me a moment. I need to get this reconnected. I don't know why it disconnected. There we go.
This episode is bullshit.
That's weird. There we go. I'm sorry about that.
Does have a limit to how much
Okay, which were we here?
There, we were right there. We were right there. Yeah.
Right, yeah, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, him versus Doflamingo would be great.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be a good
Doflamingo's like as a false king who took over a nation there. He has string-based powers like razor-sharp aspects, just like Black Panther does. You know, he has like a whole subordinate thing, and he has also supplies weapons to a higher power. You know, like that. Yeah, it makes sense, honestly. A true king versus a false king makes perfect sense, and they're both based off animals as well.
This is a weird one. I just found Zack Taylor versus Black Panther. What the fuck?
That is weird. Also,
That is a weird one.
I mean, that's the
bit of
closest thing you
nostalgia.
could get to a good matchup, I guess. You know,
Yeah,
Power
but I
Ranger
have
versus, you know, Black Panther, but
It
You
makes
mean like
sense.
you
but
mean like
it's weird.
Jungle Fury or something?
I can't wait.
MPR is also
Black
like one
Ranger
of the
Yes,
weaker.
you gotta remember that not
Yeah.
all these rangers are legacy rangers.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
I also forgot.
If tell me all of them were, let's say, a legacy ranger of Black Rangers, then okay, yeah, that would make
I'd say
sense.
like,
but no,
yeah, you could probably pit White Tiger against him. That might be all right, but
that would still be a stretch. though.
One-eyed, honestly, you could probably go Jungle Fury, Wolf Ranger, or maybe the Jaguar Theo.
That looks ridiculous. Looking at that now, it looks ridiculous.
Yeah, you could pick Theo from Jungle Fury.
Bruh.
Okay.
I should.
So, Icky Blue and
But is he
I mean,
fast enough?
vibranium is more powerful than adamantium. It's true.
But is he fast enough?
God, the Marvel Knights animation is so fucking weird.
No,
Yeah.
he's not. No, I'm saying, is he faster than Fast Pussy?
Oh.
Ugh.
I also forgot to mention, going back to the whole Cartoon Fight Club, we did this debate, and it was my debut episode as a researcher.
How cool!
Yeah,
That was a
well,
badass
no,
Black Panther moment, by the way. That was awesome.
not really cool because
Meanwhile-
Time for the fourth entry of Batman again. Like we don't know his
Yeah.
powers and abilities.
this is the
Technically
third.
third, but yeah, this would be
I
our
think we
fourth.
could skip Batman's analysis and go straight
No, we're not
Every
skipping.
analysis is
Why?
Doing
We need to
Oh
watch
wow,
the
look at
episode
that,
as a
the worst
whole.
death battle of all
I
time.
hated how
There's
I will
nothing
make
worth watching because it's
Oh,
literally.
there goes on. He's dead again.
Every time
We know-
There he goes.
Batman's family's fucking
They've covered
dead.
it. They've covered it.
Batman
We know his backstory, we know his character, we know his strengths and weaknesses, we know all of this. Why are we doing this again?
because we have to watch the full episode.
Fine. Okay, we'll watch the full episode.
It's not fair. It's not a fair shot if we don't watch the full thing.
I'll go to the bathroom quick. I'll be right back. So at least I'll know what I'm doing. Man.
Take a shit. Even though he doesn't have any superpowers at all.
Wait, you're not just some guy in a bat costume, are you?
Oh God.
Justice War.
Fun fact, Kevin, fun fact, that Green Lantern voice actor in that movie, he was replaced.
Yeah, I know. He was replaced by a superior actor, Nathan Fillion.
They literally went back and be like, Nathan, this guy didn't do good in the first movie. Can you come back again?
Nathan's like, okay.
That's true, though.
Not every day you can find someone who can literally take you down in 100.
That Gotham Knights anthology was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
A couple of those shorts
Gotham
are
Knights was
actually...
better than Marvel Knights. Don't at me.
Yeah. Okay, so that Gotham Knight anime anthology, a couple of those shorts are actually canon to the Dark Knight universe.
Wow.
Yeah, some of them. One of them was written by David Goyer.
That I did not know. Wow.
David,
Yeah.
I hate every comic book fan ever. Or Goyer.
David, I'm gonna make my Krypton show without Superman. David,
All right,
I'm
I'm
going
back.
to make a He-Man movie.
All right, I'm back. Have they talked about Batman's infinite libido yet, or that's not been mentioned?
There's another
See,
He-Man
no,
movie
no,
coming.
thing is,
Also,
Okay,
the
so
Krypton
my-
show without Superman, I can understand because Superman wouldn't have been born yet. But like,
Right.
you know, it's a better idea than the fucking Gotham show was.
yeah, you're right. Well, that's the irony.
Yeah.
Gotham lasted. Gotham got 4 more
The concept
seasons.
of the Gotham show would have been great if they didn't shoehorn in everything that was Bruce Wayne.
Okay, so my thing about this is they're using base Batman and not giving anything that could equal out the vibranium.
Yeah, that's
No,
Are they just using base Batman, or are they like intercutting it between New 52 or Rebirth stuff? That's actually an interesting thing to find out.
They're just using everything at this point.
Okay.
like
all right.
Stole Green
it makes a
Lantern's
good
ring
point
off
though.
his
Why?
finger. That's not
Why
fucking possible.
aren't we? I have to ask. Why aren't we using the Black Panther Hulkbuster armor versus the Hellbat? That would have been cool.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah, that
hold
would
on,
have actually
hold the
been
fuck
good.
Outsmarted Talia al Ghul. How the fuck did he outsmart her? She drugged him and raped him. How is that outsmarting?
Oh, that is.
No, there are-
When you say it like that, that's really
man.
freaking dark.
No,
That
guys,
is
guys,
that
come
that
on,
got
come
dark
on.
real
Come
fucking
on,
fast, man.
Guys, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so
Am I
first
wrong?
of all, there have been times where Batman has those smart Italia and actual like my aim.
Finish him.
and that.
Rain wins. Fatality.
And also the whole Italia drug thing.
No one's going to get
That's
that.
kind of
Hang on.
that's kind of shaky grounds because either it did happen or it was a rewrite by another writer.
I mean, he was given more handicaps than Spider-Man. I'll give him that.
Okay, I'm happy they're using the Begins clip.
Yeah.
I'm Batman.
Oh, I thought you said I'm Vengeance. I haven't watched Batman Begins because I have too much self.
Batman Begins is good.
Yeah, it's very
Batman Begins
good.
is really good.
How have
That's
you not
very-
seen Batman Begins?
Look, we.
Okay, let's watch. Okay, guys, let's watch the
Batman,
animation.
Batman's funeral.
Oh wait,
We'll
Here
question
comes-
Sheamus' bad taste later.
Okay, so here comes the best
Nope.
gag. Listen.
What the fuck?
I know that music. I have it.
Great.
If they ever use
Welcome
Batman
to
again,
the
they have to keep using
jungle.
that gag.
Batmobile changes between shots.
Throw
Why
Batman
take off
out!
playing clips from
Why
Marvel
do you-
vs. Capcom Infinite and Injustice?
Why'd you
Okay,
take
so
your mask off, T'Challa?
Alright, so
We're back to the
fun fact.
Burtonmobile.
It's
Benny
what you
Boo.
could call
I do like the impact of the punches here. I do like the impact here.
Okay, so fun fact, Benny released an alternate ending where he keeps that shot of the T'Challa with his mask off, and Batman
Dude.
just throws a batarang and stabs him in the
That
head.
is a posterized still shot from the movie. You can't lie to me.
Oh,
The zoo.
that was a good shot.
These are some really good. These are some really good environments. The environment setting is really good for this.
Honestly, Batman was doing no damage to him.
Yeah. Ha! Yeah, like that was gonna do anything.
Oh, that was good.
Beware of that was good. Yeah, there's some good shots here.
Buddy.
Oh,
This
it's
part
turning
just
into the
drags on a
lion!
little
Oh
bit.
my god!
What are those final fight lions?
Yeah. This is
Get
kind of
them, Final
cool.
Fight Lions!
They're fighting each other while fighting the lions.
It's not bad actually. I think
Oh,
That's actually pretty neat.
Yeah.
You ripped off the Lion King too much in your 97.
This is like something you'd see out of like a Batman animated
Tranquilizer.
series, like what, you know, like you have to fight lions like
I
in a
do
zoo
like-
or something.
I do like that. I do like how he doesn't kill him. He actually just knocks him out. I like that detail.
Yeah.
Oh, flexing.
Oh no,
Elephant.
Rhino!
Oh wait, it's a rhino. Wait, no, they're endangered. You can't do that. That's not legal.
German suplex to the Rhino.
He did the
Okay, this
thing
escalates
from
a little
the
bit
movie.
quickly.
How dare you do that? He's a Spider-Man villain, not.
Wait, when did
he's
when did we
not
get
yours.
here? What?
Yep.
We just cut
When
like what?
skewers.
Bad.
When did we cut here? Like what?
Oh,
what?
God.
It panned to the shot of He-Man.
Yeah, but like it just cut right there without them going in. It like what?
Yeah.
Amateur.
It is so weird they're using voiced clips, but not actual actors.
I think
here
that's
it
not,
comes.
that's not. I don't like. fault
I don't
that.
think that's bad.
Yeah, I don't.
But-
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Triforce Slash.
Oh, here it comes, here it comes.
Oh!
Damn.
Oh
Yeah,
wow! Look at that!
Oh,
Shamu, no!
no! Willie, you can't do that! That's not legal!
Okay, I hate their explanation.
Black Panther and Batman were
Let's
pretty
listen.
evenly matched. Both were super geniuses.
No.
Perfectly matched. Yeah, I doubt
No, they were
that.
not
go.
evenly
He
matched.
was stronger and faster thanks to that
Let's
superhuman
see,
herb.
the vibranium.
Now I'd
cat
start
suit.
singing "Will You Be There," but I don't
No,
know "Will
let's-
You Be There."
Let's listen. I want to hear what they have to say.
As far as skills were concerned, neither held a distinct advantage. However, that was
What
not
is
the
this
case.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. That fight was pretty cool.
It's
Oh, yeah,
give my
it's
opinion on
fine.
it.
It's just, you know, there was no way Batman was gonna win this fucking fight.
Who cares if that
Okay,
was
here
the
it comes.
case? It
I
was
hate
still
this
coolly
part.
done.
Way of countering the
Yeah, it was.
We'll talk about it in a bit.
Oh,
We'll talk about it in a
hi.
bit.
gadgets over the years. We were actually very
Hang on,
surprised
when
to
did
find
this
that he had
come
no
out?
reliable method of
It came out
2016.
2016. Yeah.
Wait, 2017. Sorry, 2017.
Yeah.
2017. Oh, would you look at that? Did you see the goggles on the bat suit?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, we wouldn't see those properly until Justice League came out.
Oh wait, listen.
Because we all know about that stupid little fan edit they released to theaters
I mean,
for
it's
some
very
reason.
true. Like
Yeah.
Black Panther doesn't have an obvious weak spot, does he? Like at all.
Well, I hated that explanation they just used. Oh, it's possible Wayne Enterprises could develop a gun that would disable the vibranium, but
Yeah,
it wouldn't
no
work.
shit, it's
because Batman-
possible.
Yeah.
Whether it's
Well,
possible
no,
is gonna be
no,
lit
no.
into
Where
that.
is he?
They literally said Batman wouldn't use the gun because he doesn't like guns. So
Except
he wouldn't
he
Yeah.
has used
Why
guns.
are
It's
they
a
just
dumb.
Yeah.
That's a dumb. It's dumb. That's
All right,
here's-
okay. We're gonna go to the ratings here. Let's do it in the
yeah. Let
orderly
me find.
fashion
Let me
we
just
always
make sure I
do.
got the right one.
Here's
Okay.
okay, so I don't dislike this. Let me pull up my tier list here. This is pretty good choreography. It's not the best, it's not the worst. I'll put it at the bottom of pretty damn good because there's some cool stuff going on. I like the chaos with the rhinos and the fucking and wildlife at the zoo, you know? That's pretty cool. One of the problems is this matchup has a very obvious end to it. And I'm not saying that you have to pull a Ryan Johnson on me and come out with something that's gonna surprise the hell out of me every single time. But I am saying that you could put the effort more towards something that, you know, something that would be a little bit more unique, you know, because I can look at this and I can see, oh yeah, this is gonna be, you know, this is gonna play out this way, this is gonna play out that way, you know?
Yeah.
I'd put it in the middle of it was fine, mostly due to the fact fact that yes, the choreography and animation is good. Problem is, this was an utterly, and I do stress utterly, predictable matchup. Up to the point where I'm like, okay, it's time for Batman's funeral, even on the day it came out.
It was better than Batman versus Iron Man, I'd say.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't say that. No.
Wow.
I like how everyone's in agreement on that.
Okay.
I didn't say anything.
Everyone's just like, yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
Okay. Do you mind if
you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna start my timer and okay. On revisit, it wasn't as bad as I remembered. I was expecting it to be an absolute failure, but I didn't really get that. Almost did. But the animation, I will give it this, it does carry the episode. The hits are raw, they feel real hard. The cinematography's really good. There's some really cool stuff going on in the zoo. The third act is kind of but the death does kind of make up for it. It's everything else that keeps it down. The analysis is pretty boring. There wasn't really much interesting going on there. It was just kind of there. The result, as Jedi said, the way they explain it is really fucking stupid. Oh, Batman wouldn't use a gun. No, he has. That's bullshit. And
clearly they've never played Arkham City.
And another issue I have is that they use the most basic tool set for both these characters. Like, Black Panther has the Hulkbuster Black Panther armor. Batman has the Hellbat. Why not take advantage of that? That would have been cool.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know.
I just had a thought. This feels like a season 1 or 2 episode that they brought into season.
Yeah.
What was this, season 4?
You nailed it. It feels
season 5.
It does that. Exactly. It feels like a very early season 1-ish episode. Not to dunk on the animation, because it does carry the episode.
Right.
But everything else around it is just bad. Or just forgettable. Well, forgettable, I think is the right word for it. It's extremely forgettable, or as the result explanation is bad. To me, I would put it... Let me think for a moment. I would put it under Goku vs. Superman 2 and could have been worse. I'll put it in there. I feel like, again, the animation does carry it, but everything else around it it keeps it down. I don't think the animation is good enough to save it from the rest of it, if that makes sense. So yeah, under Goku for Superman 2, it could have been worse. Gizmo, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Man. It was. I'm struggling to whether put it in the middle of it was fine or on the top of could have been worse, because the animation does carry it, but that's the only thing that is carrying. It's the only thing that is carrying it. Black Panther's analysis was fine enough. Batman, this analysis, it was interesting enough, but it wasn't as interesting as, say, Batman versus Iron Man, because I think that was the most interesting analysis they've ever done on Batman.
Oh, absolutely.
Was the Hellbat even around back then when they were doing Batman versus Black Panther?
The Hellbat was.
Yes.
Hulkbuster was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it would make sense why they wouldn't use it, because we're not really talking about Iron Man here, because he uses multiple different armors and different occasions, while Batman rarely. Well, he does have that. He rarely uses them. Like we're talking like the white Batman outfit, the Dark Knight armored outfit. These are extremely specific costumes and armors he would have to use in specific times. So I would understand why they didn't use them. But the notion that Batman has to use a gun. He has to use a gun. Yeah, if he has to go through Black Panther's armor, I'm like, specifically a gun?
Actually, you know what? He doesn't have to.
Yeah, that's
remember the end of Black Panther? Yeah. Remember the fucking end of Black Panther, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The point fucking proven. They had the fucking magnetic shit disabled. Well, the Black Panther suit.
Yeah, the magnetic rails for like the train.
Not a necklace.
That's what I'm saying though. There's no way it was specifically had to be only be a gun to go through Black Panther's armor. Hell, it doesn't even have to be magnetic. He could have just kept on wailing on Black Panther until he had too much energy to hold in, and then boom, discharge, and his costume's ruined. Batman could have done that since you showed the damn pages of the comic book of that happening. Like, holy damn, there's more than one way to go through Black Panther's armor. Just like how there's more than 2 ways to go through Batman's armor. I don't know.
Guys,
I'm not going to lay on the animation.
Gizmo, your timer went off.
Okay, well, final say, I'm not going to lay on the animation too much because it's one guy, but because of everything else, I would have to put it in. Oh man, where would I put it? I guess on the top of it could have been worse.
Fair enough. So far we're just got in the middle right here. Okay. RGS, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Honestly, first off, Jedi, your friend, tell him you did very good. Especially since this was a one-man job, we can appreciate the effort.
Yeah.
It's. The beats of the fight itself is pretty formulaic, you know? It was just, they punch for a bit, they move to location A.
They've done more when they're fighting in a zoo, honestly.
Yeah, they did more when they were at the zoo bit, but that was the more interesting part until they went to the sewers, and then they had their climax, and then Shamu came in and ate Batman's head. For what it is fine. It does have good impact. It does show that the two characters can work off each other. The issue is that because it's compared to other episodes or a season, it's kind of just the it's not even the black sheep. It's like the milk toast corn syrup of the sheep. The issue is just that a lot of
it's like vanilla.
Vanilla, yeah, nothing wrong with vanilla, but it's not a lot. But I will say this. Your Jedi's friend did do very well. I can understand why he's still getting work, and I think it's decent for what it is. The analysis itself, Black Panther's was fine, but Batman was just formulaic and just continuing on stuff that we already knew about the character from previous seasons. Just the issue is that there's nothing new to add with this character. There's nothing new to put into his gear set. There's nothing new to try to skew the fight towards his angle. It just seems like that Black Panther always had it because he had the indispensable resources that he did.
Yeah.
Also, the whole gun thing I also agree is stupid. He doesn't specifically need to use guns, and he doesn't specifically need to rely on shit that he doesn't already have. He could also do something interesting with his suit's taser, where he could force...
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, the taser, that's a good point.
The taser, Batman has electromagnets.
I know there's going to be someone in the
hang on, the Batmobile was in this episode. Why didn't they use the Batmobile ever?
They never used the Batmobile as part of his arsenal. I really don't know why.
Yeah.
Because you could do something interesting.
That was the choice of the writer, because the writer didn't use the Batmobile in this episode. That has... I'm pretty sure he would have used it. Yeah, no, the writer should have put that in there, because the Batmobile is part of his standard arsenal.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Like, well, wouldn't it be cool to see the Black Panther just effortlessly cut it in half? That would have been cool.
No,
we could have had a recreation of that moment from BVS where
he
runs into Black Panther and it fucks up the Batmobile.
Remind me of that shitty movie, why don't you?
Oh, here's a cooler scene. While the Batmobile's on autopilot, the two are fighting on top of it while they're going down like the highway.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
That would have been great.
Thinking on how you can exploit the whole kinetic energy thing, and I just remembered it was Arkham Knight out at the time. Was Arkham Knight?
Arkham Knight was 2 years old at that point. Yeah, it was 2 years old by then.
Okay, so you remember the power winch, yeah?
Yeah,
basically you use the power winch to fill Black Panther with a lot of electricity to force him to disperse the energy as a result, and then Batman will try to come in. However, Black Panther, relying on more of his skills that he learned from Wakanda, he would be a more brutal fighter to kind of compensate for his armor being compromised a little bit. Have a cool moment, and then they can transition to the sewers and then have the cool ending.
Yeah,
showing that both characters are resourceful.
Yeah.
Anyway, my time is going to be up, so I guess put it in. It's fine of it's fine. You know, put it where Ivy and Orchid are.
All right. It's currently a tie between it was fine and could have been worse. So up next is Sheamus. You are up in 3, 2, 1, a go.
All right. So when I came in, I was told this was the worst of the worst, and I did not get the worst of the worst in this. I actually got an episode.
Yeah, we were wrong.
I would like to say it was a pretty damn good episode. Except for the fact that we've heard Batman's story multiple times there, and there were multiple aspects of his character that weren't brought up, not even without the Bat family involved.
Sorry.
But I gotta say, the choreography and the varying locations, this almost felt like it was like an awesomely built beat 'em up. You started in the zoo, then you went like to the animal caverns, and then you went to like the underground section. It felt like a Ninja Turtles game, like the best kind. Like the Shredder's Revenge game that came out. It had that kind of variancy to it. It was good in retro. The fact that it was done by one person too makes it even better to me, because one person made it that impactful throughout the whole thing, even if it was a bit one-sided, admittedly. That much we can agree on. But they made the best of what they could. The environments were interesting. We hadn't really seen a zoo in Death Battle at much at this point, which was thematically appropriate as well. So really, I want to put it in pretty damn good. I can't believe you put Thanos and freaking, Darkseid in that tier.
That was a heated one. I remember that one.
Yeah. It was a lot better than it was. It's a lot better than most people think.
So for me, I'm gonna put it under that.
X to
All right, fair enough. All right. Up next is Jedi. No pressure, but it's a tie between pretty damn good. It was fine and could have been worse. You're gonna be our tiebreaker. So, 3, 2, 1, begin.
Okay, so I have nostalgia for this debate. It's a stupid, tired debate, but it can be done if the right amount of attention and care is put into it. This episode is not the case of that. It does suffer mostly in the research and analysis department of blatantly underpowering Batman and just giving him a stripped down, bare bones version of what he normally carries. The animation, my Benny Biorhythmic Studios, he did a great job. Honestly, his animation segment for this episode is the main reason why I come back to it and why I watched it. It was much better than, say, Terry versus Miguel at the time. I do like what Seamus said. It does switch locales, and that's good. It doesn't all keep it in one spot, and you do get to see how they take down animals in creative ways. I do wish there would have been voice acting, because it felt like we needed that, and it just felt like it was that carried the season 1 thing. Now, the ending analysis, yeah, I agree. It's bullshit. That is the constant thing I disagree about with this episode. Batman is not relegated to just using guns to take down his opponents. He can use non-lethal options. There are many ways he could have taken down Black Panther. It's just they were not willing to do the proper research to find those methods. And Batman had been in Death Battle 3 times at this point, and he was the first character to not only win a fight but lose 2. So I really feel like this episode did him dirty in a sense. And I'm not saying that because I'm a biased DC fan. I just felt like it could have been better. So with all that being said, I would have to say this episode was pretty fine. I would put it in pretty fine category, because the animation is the one thing that keeps me from putting it in. It could have been worse. So I would put it above. I put it above Shang Tsung versus Akuma in pretty. Wait, sorry, wrong one. My glasses. Vision's fucking with me. Okay,
you're okay.
I would put it above Zuko versus Todoroki.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's
fair. So since the vote is all over the place, let's agree to put in the middle right here.
Yep. He's the. All right. Yeah, I was going to say he's the type.
Yeah, because it's all over the place.
How varied it is. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's
morality.
The wheel.
Show us the lesson we can learn.
And if it hits spin again, I swear to God.
This is an interesting one.
This
Okay,
one.
I'm the only one who's positive about this episode, but I
like
agree.
it.
I like both of these characters. Kind of.
Harmon actually interviewed these guys.
Yeah, bro.
Yes, okay. This was the year of Butch Hartman. He just came out and he made sure to just say, "Look, my creation is back. Look at it. It's so cool. I'm going to promote it. I'm going to be on Death Battle Cast. I'm going to react to it." It was all.
I think it's
I remember that. He did Art of Wiz and Boomstick, which was really cool. I'll see if I can find that.
I'm not saying him promoting it was bad. I'm just saying I remember he made sure to remind you. It's like, look at this. Look at my creation. It's back in force.
I know. I mean, it's kind of wholesome because he's proud of it. I mean, I would be proud of Danny Phantom too.
Yeah, honestly. No, I would be too. And
but he's just weird. He's just he's a weird a-hole, honestly. But that's
anyway. Let's get on with it.
Let's do it. Okay, so I rewatched
Disney versus Nickelodeon. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Anyway, the issue I have with this battle is mostly the animation.
Yeah. Okay. So fun fact about that, and it was supposedly whether this is true or not. This was the one fight that the 2D team of Rooster Teeth and the Sprite team were debating who to give one or the other, because originally I believe that Genos versus War Machine was supposed to be a Sprite fight, and Danny Phantom versus Jake Long was supposed to be the 2D fight, but Rooster Teeth decided to give Danny and Jake to the Sprite team because they wanted to get into the action segments of their hand-drawn department.
And Danny's homeroom teacher is voiced by Ron Perlman.
Wait, which episode did you say it was? Which episode did you say this one was swapped with?
Genos versus
Oh, god fucking damn it, Rooster Teeth, you motherfuckers. That's so dumb! No! No! Are you fucking kidding me? Actually, oh my fucking, I hate life. I want to die.
Ben, are you not surprised?
Darkness. That's no. This should have been the 2D animated one. Fits perfectly with that. Are you fucking kidding me?
And Genos versus War Machine probably would have been a little bit better in sprites.
Yeah, it would have.
That's so frustrating.
Because I like Genos versus War Machine to a certain extent, but it would have been better if they had a method of tightening it up.
You can tell the Rooster Teeth 2D department were still not getting the hang of their excuse me, they weren't getting the hang of the action segments.
Oh, and also Paulina and Danny Phantom is voiced by Hawkgirl.
That's so awesome. Also, so I don't know which version we're watching, but I read this on the Death Battle Wiki. Apparently, the YouTube version of Danny's end clip got copyrighted, so to fix this, they had the voice actor who plays Danny in this, Nicholas Andrew Louis, they had him dub over the original actor's line in that.
Oh, that's smart.
So they had him dub over David Hoffman.
Yeah, but
that's really creative.
Yeah, but in the Rooster Teeth version, it's David Kaufman's original voice.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, we're watching the Rooster Teeth version, by the way, just so.
Okay. Please.
So it doesn't have the intrusive ad break in between that before the death battle, obviously.
Yeah. I should also note, my girlfriend had a crush on Danny Phantom, so.
Yeah, what girl?
I think she had a crush on. She had a crush on a character voiced by Jimmy Olsen.
I know, right? Well, she said it was the green eyes, so that makes sense. I really like Danny Phantom.
Oh, and also older Dark Danny is voiced by Mongol.
See, just like that.
So Danny Phantom basically has Black Canary's powers, but for ghosts.
Yes.
Nah, that's
And
more
he can
like
shoot
Demon. That's more like Demon Flash Wave. Let's be honest, more like Nail, you know, against Frieza. Come on now, they references right in that battle.
You know what would have been awesome? They wouldn't have had the budget to do this, but how awesome would it have been if they did Danny Phantom versus the Ghostbusters?
That
would have been honestly. That would have been funny. I would love to see it in like an IDW comic or some shit. You know, it'd be amazing.
Yeah, I agree.
When it comes to like comic books, you know, I don't think Nickelodeon's that open to it.
Well, no. You know how long it took them to finally say yes to a Batman and Ninja Turtles crossover animated film?
What?
Wait, the same amount of time it took for them to like do the comic, because the comic came first.
They're not even the sole owner of Ninja Turtles. They just got the right to it for like.
This is where I watch my parents.
So what made them? What made them say yes?
I guess you know that shows that
the comic sold well.
Oh,
yeah, obviously that's usually when animated films are made, when the comics sell well, you know.
Okay, but why aren't they making like a Power Rangers crossover? Or they made a
because the Justice League Power Rangers one flopped, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Well, no. He was asking why didn't they? Why aren't they making an animated adaptation of Power Rangers and Ninja Turtles? It's because Hasbro are assholes with the Power Rangers, right?
Of course they are.
Yeah.
Hasbro Power Rangers. Oh my god.
Gonna catch them all because he's dead a phantom. Gonna catch them all because he's dead a phantom. Gonna catch them all because he's dead a phantom.
That almost sounds like a
Thousands of years ago.
Okay, so I watched for this episode. I watched season 1 of American Dragon. I hated it. It was dangerous as hell.
What?
The animation turned into shit after a couple seasons.
Well, no, it was season 2 had a completely different animation style.
Was it jarring though? I never really watched this show.
Oh, very jarring.
Yep.
See, that's season 2 on screen.
That's season 1.
Are you sure that wasn't because it was a widescreen? You know, because like
there you go. That's
it was during that phase between SD and HD, like cartoon and like television.
Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't because of that? You know, the whole aspect ratio change.
I don't know. I haven't read
No, they
into
changed
it.
animation studios.
Yeah, they changed. I was about to say they changed animation studios.
Okay, that makes a bit more sense, even despite the HD SD kind of changeover.
Anyway, guys, as I was saying, so Jake Long is voiced by Zuko.
Donnie Bosco.
Oh my god!
Daniel
Oh, the dog when Tom and Jerry actually got work. Oh my god!
Yes.
Wait, that's the actual Titanic?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Wherever you are. I'll never let go.
To be clear,
Next thing you know, Jake Long's going to be responsible for the
CG, get it out.
Oh, a Draconians, you're ripping off Dragon Quest, I see. Oh, I see how it is. Oh, I see someone played Dragon Quest in their youth and decided to take it for Americans like they wouldn't fucking notice. But I noticed. I'm a weeb and I notice this shit.
He's even got ultra sight and vision thanks to his eye and ear of the dragon powers.
Or poor you, Seamus. You're the only one that knows about Dragon Quest.
Man, no one's talked about, but the themes slap for both these cartoons.
Yeah, I prefer Danny Phantoms.
Where did you sign up for that?
Yeah.
Why do you think I
Yeah, it's a lot more catchy.
And a thing,
What?
Jake ends up unknowingly in the first season, Jake ended up fighting whom he would consider his romantic interest.
Yeah, who was also a bad guy.
And then he ended up telling her.
Yeah, that didn't make it awkward.
By the way, she's still a bad guy.
Not anymore.
He can even use his chi to create doppelgangers of himself for a helping hand.
As a dragon, Jake is tough enough to smash
Or,
through steel.
not anymore. She's actually one of the good guys now. She helped defeat the Dark Dragon by the end of the series.
Nice. Why wasn't it renewed for a third season?
Good question.
Probably because season 2 had the shittiest art style since, well, it looks like Danny Tess.
which was a massive 10,000
Johnny
kilograms.
Johnny Test.
I wonder if Jake ever uses breath mints.
Johnny Test.
I didn't like Johnny Test much, so you know.
Johnny Test was a
And he can
weird.
dodge lasers too.
Fucking
Consistent speed.
so
Literally
strange.
shoots the mirror.
Such a weird show.
New York City, but it wasn't
Also,
All right,
Dan
I'm returned
also-
from shutting up. Did anything exciting happen?
Not really.
No.
Yes. You missed us talking about Johnny Test.
Yeah, John. So man, I can't talk. Jake Long crossed over with Lilo and Stitch.
Oh yes,
Yes.
they're on the Disney Channel. Yes.
I remember that.
Yeah, because everything on the Disney Channel had to cross over with Lilo and Stitch.
So that TV show was
Recess.
popular.
Yeah,
It was,
a good show too, honestly.
Yeah. Recess, The Proud Family, Kim Possible.
Remember when the Proud Family was good?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've heard
No.
mixed feedback on
Proud Family
season
was
2.
never good.
Oh, that's a bad take, bro. Get out of this.
I always love how like every animator like interprets the missing Sphinx nose like differently. Don't you? I love that.
Yeah.
That's kinda funny. My favorite interpretation of the nose missing is it's not an animated show, but it's a video game. Injustice 2.
Injustice 2, the
Alright.
Flash.
Yeah, when the Flash.
Yeah, the Flash.
Let's check out the
Oh, that's
animation.
awesome! Yes, that was amazing. I agree.
And then
Yeah,
the
Fun
Florida tries to
fact,
bash you against
this-
the nose,
this-
which is now he find out he's the reason for it.
yeah, that's so cool, isn't it? Injustice 2, it's awesome. One of the best like ultimate
wait.
attacks in that game.
So listen to Jake Long's voice. Just listen closely.
You got 3
There's a-
seconds before the Amdra's gonna show you out.
Holy shit, that is Dante Basco.
It's Dante.
it's not
Holy
Dante.
shit.
No,
It's Dante.
not Dante. But it's not Dante. I swear to God, that's a female voice actress.
What?
Wow.
My ass.
Oh no, it's like Shao and Genshin Impact all over
Wait.
again.
I didn't count 3.
Wait, that's a female voice actress?
Voicing Jake Long, yes.
What?
You know, I could
bad.
buy that given like the younger like people playing like a younger character like
Yeah, you
my
get a
character.
lot
I
of
can buy
female
that.
Oh, stepped on the tail.
Yeah, it's good.
And
Honestly,
Captain
it's not
Malky,
bad an
Danny
impression
Phantom.
either way.
Try something else? I don't
The soundtrack's really good in this, honestly.
Yeah. I think it's Brandon Yates, right?
Yes, Brandon Yates did the soundtrack for this.
He does amazing work.
The animation is so clunky.
Done everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
This first act is.
So I have to make a correction here. You're wrong.
Eye of the Dragon.
What?
That is. That's
Oh,
the,
nice.
The quote-unquote voice actress is trans.
I do
Yeah,
like
sorry.
how this is all
Excuse
like
me.
this is all like original sprite work, and it matches the art style of both series. I think it's a really cool touch, honestly.
It is.
It helps add to the whole crossover nature of it, doesn't it?
Boo! Product placement.
And they crash right through it.
Not a bad
You know.
strategy.
Yeah.
Anything you can do?
It
mean,
wasn't
that
as good as
sums up
when like
my
live
first-
action Superman versus live action Goku interrupted the Superman Goku,
Yeah.
right? That's
Hey,
still the
that was
best
actually
one.
good.
That was
Yeah,
the
that
best
was good.
one. And they kept that out of the main episode. You had to watch the SEC version to watch that, you know?
Okay, so another fun fact: the cityscape that they're fighting, this is the same city that they used for Static v Miles and Jason versus Leo. And
I mean,
Oh,
it
yeah,
makes
you're
sense.
right.
It works, you know? It makes
Yeah.
sense.
supposedly, but just hear me out. Because there are Easter eggs in the background. If you go back frame by frame, Jason versus Leo and Static versus Miles, they are going on at the same time that this
Really?
fight is happening.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Really?
that's awesome.
Can we go back to that after the fight's over? I want to go back to see.
Yeah, sure.
But, this came out before, though, didn't it?
This came out after.
Oh, this
yeah,
came
it's
out
called
after.
after.
Okay.
Come
But I'm
here,
still better
come
than this
Oh,
other
and the
guy.
dragon's
Oh,
done. I do like this. I do like that.
Yeah.
Time's up, pal.
Okay, let's go back a bit. I
And
want
Danny
to know
Phantom
where we
just
see
captured
that
Jake
fight.
Long and the Mafava.
Okay, where do I stop?
Okay, well, you basically you would have to go back to the when Jake is at the museum when he enters and tells him to put it back. You can see in the background, Jason is running. Yeah. Okay, they took it out. Damn it.
Oh,
They took it out.
They took it
They
out.
took the Rooster Teeth version.
They took it out.
It's on the YouTube version then.
It must be, yeah.
Oh yeah, it must be.
Is there another moment, or is that it?
That's it. That's it.
Okay, just.
Yeah, we'll go back. Hang on, I'll go check the YouTube version.
Heyo! It must be in the YouTube version then.
Burned. This was a very unique matchup.
Remember, this is the Rooster Teeth version that we're watching, guys. So there could be some edits.
Yeah,
possibly.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Proven capable of harming ghosts, but Danny's power and plethora.
Oh no, it's not on the YouTube version either.
Oh,
okay.
That's maybe it's something that was taken out beforehand.
Maybe it's in another shot. I could be misremembering, but
maybe it's the reverse. Like you actually see like the two fighting and Jason versus Leo.
Danny's flight speed was definitely higher. Also, Jake's fire was comparable to 3 GBU-43 warheads, commonly referred to as the mother of all bombs. However, Dorothea's fire was
the gender of that bomb.
And Danny took those flames on like a champ, which means Jake didn't have the firepower he needed to knock the teenage ghost down for good.
Danny could
it wouldn't be Death Battle without puns.
Projectiles, match Jake's duplicates with his own, and even slip past Jake's heightened senses with his invisibility.
And while Danny had all those counters, Jake didn't have any against Danny's whale or possession.
I'm kind of sad they only used the whale once and not again.
Impressive power, durability.
Yeah, because it is still a versatile
It didn't
move.
take long for Jake to fall short in this fantastic battle.
The winner.
The winner is David Kaufman.
But yeah, before we
this battle was kind of lame.
Before we start the full review, I did find that artwork.
There it is.
There it is. That's funny.
From Butch Hartman. That's really cool. That's really cool.
Do you see the light? They're like,
do you see the light?
I can see clearly now on the light.
Meanwhile, Wiz and Boomstick are just like, what?
That's I love how they look impartial to that decision from Butch Hartman. Honestly, honestly, I love
that he's like the only one that promotes this kind of promotes his own creations in Death Battle. Like I haven't seen anyone else do this.
So
yeah,
I mean, I feel like
okay. Hang on, we need to let Alex review. All right, Alex, what would you give it?
Okay, so this is a very good question. I'm looking and I'm trying to figure out where to put this. I'd say I guess it's all right. I'd say it's better than the last one we did, probably.
Yeah. I'll say it is.
Yeah, so I'll put it like right above that. I'll put it below. I'll put it on my list. I've got it right above Batman versus Panther, but below Ryu versus Scorpion.
Right.
That's fair.
Wait, where do you have it? Well, which rank do you have it in?
I have it in pretty damn good below Ryu versus
Really?
Scorpion.
I'm surprised you put it that high.
Well, I'm trying to be consistent here because I feel like it's better than the last one, and that's where I put the last one.
Okay. Where would you put it on this tier list, though?
On this tier list, well, below. We gotta put it below Panther and Batman.
Right.
Really?
All right.
No, I don't know about that.
Okay.
No, above
Evan,
Panther and Batman. Sorry.
Okay.
Because sorry, I was looking at a different one, and I like auto-filled. My brain's autofill is about as useful as the one on my phone.
All right. Kevin, where would you put it?
Could have been worse, because honestly, it was not very appealing to me. It was very jank in several places, and I'm just like, oh, the voice acting. Oh, God, the voice acting. It's bad.
Aw.
All right.
Yeah, that's cap. I'll explain when it's my turn.
I mean, yeah. Let me go.
No, it's fast.
It's a mixed bag for me because the analysis is good. I liked how they explain these characters. I grew up with both, and the information is fairly accurate. It's the animation though That really does bring it down, though. I mean, it's not the worst. There have been far worse on this show, but it is rough. It is very rough. It is definitely signs that it didn't have time to be polished. And it's a shame because there's a lot of great elements. The voice acting I thought was really good. Both actors did a great job with both characters, I feel like. Some of the particle effects were also really good. I mean, it's just... And the sprite rigs. The sprite rigs looked really good when they were used properly. It's just the issue is that this episode didn't really seem to have time in the oven. Like, it was half-baked. That's the word I'm looking for. It was half-baked. I mean, I would... To me, I would put it could have been worse, because there's been far worse. Let's be honest. There's been far worse on this show. It's not an awful episode. It's not even bad. It's just disappointing. It's a disappointing one. So I would put it, at least in my opinion, below Goku vs. Superman, but above Twilight. Because that one, to me, it had like too much failed expectations. While this one, it's close, but I don't know. But yeah, okay, Gizmo, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think it's a little. I think the hate that it's getting is a little harsh, but I'm not going to say it's not deserved. I would put it on the bottom of it was right at the bottom of it was fine because it does hold up with the analysis for both characters does kind of hold up considering after the shows they didn't really have any expansive lore, not that many comics, not games that are not worth talking about. It's not. There's not really anything to catch up on when it comes to the expansion of their story, which I think is good. Which I think is good in terms of Death Battle, so we won't get confused or overinflate with information that doesn't matter. But the voice acting, I think, is great. I think it's almost pretty accurate too when it comes to Jake Long. Like it almost sounds like it legitimately almost sounds like the actual voice actor came and went for the character, but people are saying it's just an imitator. Well, whatever. I'll take it anyway because it actually sounds pretty good. Same thing with Danny Phantom. The problem I have here is, while they managed to pull off some cool stuff like the clones fighting each other and like one or two moves from their arsenal, and this could have been either entirely hand drawn or 3D. And I honestly think it would have been at least on the top of it was fine if this was hand drawn. But the sprite work does not really look like it works well for a matchup like this. It feels like it's just limiting themselves. If anything, I also feel like it's too short. It really does feel like it's too short. Like they could have done some more stuff with the museum, with their powers and their origin story. They could have done some more stuff out in the streets for the same reason, because these aren't guys that are training at temple. These are like street smart kids, street smart teenagers.
Your timer went up. I'm sorry.
Topic could have been worse.
Topic could have been worse. Okay.
Well, no, wait.
Okay, Gizmo, RGS. All right.
Bottom of it was fine. Yeah.
All right. RGS. Your turn in 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know. The fight is pretty janky. Well, I did like a couple of shots, and I like some of the beats. The issue is that it is just very static, and I'm not saying it's static because they didn't go to different locales and didn't do interesting things. It's just the feeling did come from the sprites. They seemed very static, and while the sounds for impacts are good, the actual impacts shown themselves, I do think they are lacking in little bits. The voice work though was really good. The person who played Danny actually did play very well. Didn't need to copy David Kaufman, and he made it his own. I'm happy. And the voice actor for Jake, you mentioned they were trans. Were they M to F or?
Yeah, it says right here in their profile that as voice actress. So I assume that means they prefer to go by female.
Okay, I just want to be sure because after all, we have to respect people's identities.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
She did very well, and she should pat herself on the back.
I mean, do we actually have to respect people's identities? You are a Scotsman, after all.
Yeah, you say that, and I have to deal with somebody calling me Irish, so...
That could have went in so many worse directions, but you picked the absolute best one to go with.
Don't worry about it. I have to deal with a friend who calls me Irish all the time. Anyways, she did very good, and I was initially like, "Oh shit, is this Dante?" But no. She did very good, and it goes to voice acting. The analysis was fine. As Gizmo said before, they didn't have to worry about any additional expansions or whatever because the tenure for these shows are done. So for what it is, yeah, bottom of it was fine.
Okay. Right on.
So where'd you say you would put it?
The bottom of it was fine because it feels like the voice actors were failed by the actual fight itself.
I agree. All right, Sheamus, you are up, I believe. So you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
I give this episode a lot of credit for using a ton of original sprite assets and not trying to meld these styles together, which when it comes to certain versus games like Smash Brothers or Nickel Stars, what have you, one is better than the other, by the way. I'll let you be the judge. But it's not trying to like meld those styles together. It's trying to showcase their differences, even though they were built around the same era by different artists, and they meld together quite well. The original sprite work is really what saves a lot of this there. And also the quippy banter, which makes sense for both series, because they were filled with quippy banters, both of them. Even if I have more experience with Danny Phantom than I do with Jake Long. But I feel like as the fight went on past the museum, it kind of like felt kind of like lamish somewhat, and the finish was kind of he's just put into like the whole like ghost trap thing. I'm not one for condoning violence towards like prepubescence, honestly. So for a fight like that, that's a perfectly good way to end it. And Jake Long would have totally burnt him to a crimson like ash if he won. So but either way, the ending would have been dapper because of the whole like subject matter. But as a whole, I have to give a lot of credit to the original sprite work that they did, because it meshed both franchises together brilliantly. Even if I felt like it lost a bit of its luster in the second half and it dragged on a little bit. And if it's true, they took out some references from Static Shock versus Miles Morales, I think it was the fight, was it?
Yeah, Jason and Leo.
So they may have removed that like from later version, which is unfortunate, considering the same animator worked on both. Or they used the same environment, I'm not sure. But for me, it was fine. It was just above Kratos versus Spawn, because at least that it had more content to it, and it felt like the meshing between the two felt like a bit more justified.
Right.
All right. Who's next? Jedi, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so I have some nostalgia for Danny Phantom and a little bit for Jake Long. So this was a long time coming. This was one of the most anticipated cartoon fights I think everybody's ever wanted. The analysis was fine. I think it did a good job of telling the stories for both characters. I don't know if it did a great enough job to get anybody interested in it. That's up to you. But the animation, which has been the main topic of debate that everybody's been talking about, I do want to stress the reasoning for why the animation is just so clunky and stilted. This is the same. This is still in the same season where they introduced puppet rigging, where they would put a puppet skeleton in the sprites, and they would have to animate that to make it feel more alive, more flowed. And they hadn't mastered this yet because they were still using it. They would use it much better in season 8 and 9. You barely even noticed it was there by those seasons. But here it is painfully obvious. I do agree. The second and the third half kind of dropped the ball. I really feel like there could have been more interesting ways for you to tackle this. That Danny doesn't get to use most of his iconic powers that much. Same with Jake Long. I feel like that would have been nice. The voice acting is very good. My guy, Nicholas Angelui as Danny, I think he did a great job. And this season, he just killed it because he had just come off voicing Kakashi in this 2 episodes. In the last episode.
The Obi-Wan fight in like the Kakashi was amazing.
It was.
Yeah, exactly. Dom did a great job as Jake Long. I think she killed it. I think she got it down perfectly. The end death, yeah, it would have been nice to go a little bit more gratuitous, but these are 14-year-olds, so we're not going to get any red incidents like we did in season 2.
You say that, but
didn't the Megazord
Starscream versus Rainbow Dash ended with her eating his soul.
That's fair. Didn't
the Megazord also blow up with all those high school kids?
Yes, it did.
Yeah. So again, this is just how they operate. But okay, so as to where I put it, I would put it at the. I would honestly put it in. Yeah, I would put it at the top of it. It could have been worse. I think it could. It legit could have been worse.
That's fair.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't Ichigo also go off?
All right, let me recap real quickly. Alex said it was fine. Alex said it was fine. Kevin said it could have been worse. I said it could have been worse. Gizmo said it was fine.
So many times too.
Gizmo, I lost. I have to start over now. Thanks, Gizmo. Alex said fine. Kevin said it could have been worse. Me said it could have been worse. Gizmo said fine. RGS, what was your vote again?
I said the bottom of it was fine, but you can put it at the top. It could have been worse.
All right. So number 3, Sheamus, you said it could have been fine, right?
I said it was just below okay, it was above Kratos and Spawn.
Yeah, it was fine. All right.
Yeah.
And Jedi, did he say it could have been worse?
Yes, he did.
All right, so let's put at the top.
Yes,
then. Where did I
think that's a fair place to put it. Yeah.
Where did I put it? There it is. Yeah. All right, now we spin
the wheel.
What we gotta get?
Spin again, please. Okay, it's not gonna be spin again. Okay.
Oh, we got a good one. That's actually a really good one.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
That's a really good one, actually.
Why are you putting up my ancestor against Jiraiya?
You don't know how patient I can be.
How's it feel riding my dick?
It's the USS.
I got a question.
17 years. 7 years you've been waiting. It's time.
While you guys were talking,
I mean,
while you guys were talking about
while your chicken was impressive, why don't you try summoning a frog? Give it a shot.
While you guys were trying talking about this, I was busy going through memes.
Memes. All right, I'm gonna start doing memes.
Including trying to find the location of where.
Yeah, the mentor fight between the two. It just makes sense. You know, the mentors for the future generation. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it does.
Great
holy
matchup.
shit! Does this episode have controversy if you're a Naruto fan?
Really?
I should say I'm a Naruto fan, but I didn't really see it. So
okay, Jedi, I need you. Jedi, explain. I'm curious.
Wait. So you're telling me Jiraiya died a second time?
Analyze their weapons, armor, and
Is no one going
Even
to
Master Roshi kind of died twice, and yet he came back.
Yeah.
Goku is, without a doubt, one of the greatest martial arts champions of all time.
Where were the Uruk-hai taking the hobbits?
Taking the hobbits to Isengard.
See, Alex gets
but he never would have achieved any of it without the guidance of Master.
Sorry, when you said Uruk-hai,
yeah, I agree. If it wasn't for Roshi, Goku would not have had like the wherewithal to like understand the love of martial arts. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Wrong.
Because again, Goku was like 5 years old at the time, so he was very susceptible to like new information, what have you. So with him like having Master Roshi there,
life energy, or
Similar to many.
Okay, maybe Goku was older than 5. Maybe Goku was older than 5. Yeah.
He was older than 5.
He was 12, wasn't he?
He
He was 12, right?
The greater your ki
He was getting. He was nearing his teenage years.
Like he was like
Yeah,
12,
exactly.
and then the 3 years Budokai happened, he was 15. Like when he fought Tien, and then 3 years after he was an adult. You know, and
Yes.
the battle arc. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like 12
Yeah.
when this started Dragon Ball.
Also, Toriyama, you want to bring back Ronch? Huh? I mean,
Yeah,
you love bringing other shit back.
Bring it back.
Come on, you brought her back in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and people loved her. Where is she then?
Yeah, where is she?
Bring back
Don't
Ron.
forget
She's
to
in
stand
Toriyama's.
aside.
She's in Toriyama's pending checking account. That's where she is.
I mean, for God's sake, you aged Trunks and like Goten up in the most recent Super like manga, which was revealed to be like
You know they're not gonna.
tied into superhero, by the way, which is amazing. By the way, I thought it didn't tie into it, but it did. You know, in the Super manga.
Okay, let's put it this way. Jiraiya doesn't stand a ghost of a chance against Muten Roshi.
No.
I mean, I'm not gonna say that because you know their powers are based off earthly principles, whereas like Goku is an alien, in other words, whereas Roshi was a human who lived a full life
I
beyond
still
like
find
maybe
it hilarious that
Naruto
Muten Roshi has not learned how to fly.
Yeah,
And
he's
Jiraiya-
never learned how to
Years of
fly.
Dragon Ball.
I mean, Jiraiya, let's be frank. Jiraiya survived through the Third Great Ninja War, which is more than Roshi did in his lifetime. Like a full-on conflict.
Yeah, but
With a lot more
the
conflict
problem
there.
is,
Yeah.
but the problem is how Naruto scales in comparison to Dragon Ball. Naruto,
Yeah.
Jiraiya never got to the point in Naruto where they started scaling up to supposed planetary levels.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but you have to think Roshi in terms of okay,
Roshi blew up the goddamn moon.
Yeah, okay, but it got better.
Oh my
though.
God, Boom Six
It got
doing it!
It got better than it was blown up again by Piccolo.
Yeah, like that's why I say the moon got better.
Gotcha.
The beer.
Anyway,
I'll be right back.
To
You're
be
good.
honest, devastating is an understatement.
Well, yeah, he blew up.
So Jedi, oh, he's offline. Well, not offline.
Was
He's
inspired
Go
by
ahead.
real-life
I'm here.
flaming
Oh,
mountains in China.
okay. You said that this episode was controversial with Naruto, with the Naruto fan base. Care to explain why?
It's just their reasoning, from my understanding. Again, I have friends who are hardcore Naruto fans and cue me in on what's going on and how they can actually be properly researched. Jiraiya, for the most part, was properly researched. It's just the controversy that comes from this episode is how they end up showcasing Jiraiya losing. That's the main.
The way. Yeah, the way he loses. Now that was very Dragon Ball.
Yes, stat wise, there's no argument. Of course, Roshi would win.
600 rounds per minute and a muzzle velocity of nearly 1,200 feet per second.
That means Roshi would have to
Yeah, I forgot who won during this fight, so I'm kind of surprised because I could have sworn I remembered Jiraiya won.
Yeah, but here's the
Really?
thing. RGS, here's the thing. The fact that Roshi blew up the moon automatically means that in terms of power scaling, he wins.
No, I
Yeah,
mean, it's not full power though. That's the
I knew
issue.
the Dragon Ball character was stronger than the Naruto character.
If Jiraiya would have lived and gotten, if Jiraiya would have lived and gotten stronger, I think he actually could take on and beat Master Roshi.
Maybe. I think it depends because remember he was in the Super Tournament and he was far more powerful there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, no, that's the thing. Roshi wasn't more powerful in the Tournament of Power. He was one of the weaker members, but out of all of them, he was the more experienced when it came to the tournaments.
That's a good point.
Because he
I do think he was a bit stronger though because he did take that fruit thing that restored his immortality or whatever.
Yeah, but again, you know, he is. He's okay.
Vegeta's dead. Roshi is shown to be so collected in battle.
I love this moment in the manga,
Manga's
by the
different
way. It's one of
continuity. Are you sure about that? Nobody really
It
knows.
is. It is different continuity. This is one of the few moments, and this is one of the few moments in the manga Tournament of Power that was better than the original. But yeah, that was
the funny
very
thing
cool.
is, Toritaro, when he adapted all of the existing arcs that were going through, he had to speed run through them because he wanted to get to his own stories.
That's bullshit, though. He fucked up the Tournament of Power. I will never forgive him for this.
All right,
He also-
I'm back, and we just got to the king that is Naruto. Nice. Okay, let's get let's into this.
And the thing,
Okay, yeah,
Naruto
so-
ends up coaxing Jiraiya into.
I like that.
The fact that that worked is stupid enough.
Jiraiya,
Also,
the tale of
that makes
Jiraiya the
sense,
Gallows.
though.
Hey, Wiz, why do the most
Jiraiya.
Also, apparently, as of right now, in the current manga stuff for Boruto, Naruto actually is on a solar system close to universal level.
Of
Him
course.
and Sasuke. Oh my god!
Oh God, Jesus Christ!
Anyway,
Oh, my eyes!
Yeah, well, here's the
Oh
thing.
my eyes!
Yeah, well, here's the
Look
thing.
at it!
Bender. Yeah, here's the thing, Bender. Ichigo is still objectively stronger than what Death Battle said.
I'm not gonna discredit that because again, it's like, look, I am not an expert when it comes to Bleach in the versus community. So if people say that, then I will absolutely believe them because again, they know more about Bleach than I would.
I've read all the manga,
Chakra is used
and
to
yeah,
perform amazing ninja techniques called jutsu.
and yes, it is very much
Like most
correct.
ninja, Jiraiya learned about
Yeah,
four
okay.
types of jutsus. Taijutsu, or hand-to-hand combat, ninjutsu, harnessing chakra's elemental weapons and tools, genjutsu,
Hey, stop.
which covers illusion
Oh,
and mental
also too, so a little fun
a
fact.
method
So
of utilizing
Sakura
naturally
and
occurring energy
Sasuke got
as an
their own
extension of
solo
oneself.
manga, where
And Sasuke
Sasuke...
got owned by a Velociraptor.
Oh my god.
It's a fucking giant.
The
And Sasuke-
Velociraptor is planetary level now.
Oh my god. And Naruto actually gets sick and is on the verge of dying, so Sasuke has to go to prison to find somebody who knows how to cure Naruto. And it's there that Sasuke is introduced to the concept of wedding rings, and he forges one for Sakura.
Wow.
Also, if you ever wanted to see what would happen if Sasuke went to prison, yeah, everything you would expect happened.
All you need to know is Velociraptors. That's all you need to know.
Yes, all you need to know is Sasuke getting his ass kicked by a Velociraptor.
Yeah.
Specifically, what looks like Blue from Jurassic World.
Mystical land full of giant talking toads.
Yes, Jiraiya accidentally ended up in Mount Myaboku.
Oh my god.
The sage Fukasaku,
where he learned a bunch of fire release
That's after Jiraiya died, granted.
bullet and flame bullet attacks.
Jiraiya's death could have been so easily
Oh,
prevented.
did I just
Yeah.
Based
smoke?
on
Holy shit.
reverse summoning jutsu.
Dude, how much of your hell does your stomach have to go through to spit out that much oil?
The powerful toads
Oh.
were perfect.
I have no idea.
Like, you already know what it's like to puke once.
Yes, you
Yeah.
literally
How
could
much hell do
transform
you have to
somebody
go
into a toad.
How much hell does it feel like to have to spit out that much oil as a technique?
I am the wise and powerful Lord Gamabunta, the chief toad, and you're in
That tongue though.
That toad.
Oh, Gamabunta.
And through Fukasaku's teachings, Jiraiya perfected the art of senjutsu.
No, he
Through their
didn't.
combined efforts,
He never
entered a
perfected it.
new mighty
Oh, yeah?
form called
He never
Okay.
perfected it, yeah. He never perfected it.
That's inaccurate.
Oh yeah.
I
That's
agree,
a
it is
researcher
inaccurate.
error.
Gizmo,
That is a
you've
researcher
seen-
error.
And a
Oh,
deadly
yeah?
Yep.
genjutsu, the demonic
Oh, yeah?
illusion
Gizmo,
toad
please stop.
confrontation.
Why do you think he had that giant
Oh, no.
nose? He didn't. He never. He needed like the whole, like the toad sages to help him out with
Naruto
that,
was
right?
able to perfect
He never
senjutsu.
perfected it.
By these big
Oh.
guys who desperately want a high five, leaving your physical body.
Yes,
totally
they want
open to a
they
swift
want
kill.
all the high
Sage
fives.
Toad
You
also
better
enhances
give it to
Jiraiya's
him.
other abilities.
Jiraiya ended up losing an arm and was only able to take out one
What
of
is
the
that?
pains,
according to the
which
official
didn't
data
change
book,
anything
strong
considering
enough to
he
carve
just was
away
like,
a
oh, I'll
mountain.
just get a new
Wiz, he's
corpse.
way more than just a mountain smasher.
Yeah, but still
Jiraiya
killing a
been able
pain
to
is not
fight
bad,
some of the
honestly.
fastest ninja around, like Kakashi and Itachi, some of which are fast enough to intercept lightning.
The leader of the
don't
lightning
even get me
bolt
started
moves
on
around
that shit.
220,000
Thunder lightning
miles per hour.
bolt.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but here's the
This
thing.
is-
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Now I get why ninjas
Dang,
are so
Itachi,
awesome. Who needs
throughout the
guns when
series,
you're more
has
than 100
been
times
actively
faster than
nerfed.
bullets?
While Jiraiya isn't
Because of a
exactly the strongest,
plot-related
fastest
terminal
ninja
disease
around,
that was never
he's
alluded
certainly
to
one
in
of
the
most
slightest.
clever. Over time,
Hey,
Jiraiya
Block!
become a
I
loyal
have a
and
weakness.
of his people. hailed by the honorable
Seamus,
title of
do
Son.
you...
And he's a gutsy one. Like
Is there, since you're a more Naruto fan than I am, can you actually confirm if there was any actual build-up to that had Sasuke win?
Wait, to which win?
Itachi.
He's asking if Itachi ever kind of showed this illness, and was it actually like built up?
It was just shoehorned in at that point. It was never.
Yeah, that's exactly my point. That's why that arc was stupid.
Yeah, it was none of that illness stuff was ever mentioned once until like like Madara told him that. None of it. Was
Akatsuki could have used Jiraiya's corpse in the fourth grade ninja war.
Let's end this debate.
They could have easily used his corpse.
It's time for a death battle.
Now, personally, while I feel like Jiraiya might be a better matchup, it would have been nice if they'd have used Kakashi.
I don't know why.
Yeah. I love this opening.
Yeah, the opening's great.
I love this opening.
Roshi would have actually liked that. That's a little out of character.
No, he's more of a visual guy. That's it.
He's a visual guy, yeah.
Yeah, he's a visual pornographer. Oh, I love this part.
Don't take it personally. Not like you wrote the damn thing.
Oh!
But I did! I respect that. I would go after somebody if they criticize my art too.
Who's doing
Jiraiya, take your meds. You need to learn how to take criticism.
Okay, so the voice of Roshi is Patrick Rodriguez. He was one of the I can't remember what he specifically did at Rooster Teeth, but he was either a sound engineer or he was somehow he was on the higher up of Rooster Teeth, and he actually did a good Roshi voice and laugh. So that's how he got the part of Roshi for this.
Honestly, I can see why. He does such a good job.
He's doing a pretty good job. They should have gotten... They really should have gotten Lanny Fedora.
Yeah, no, Jiraiya, you could not have survived that.
Oh, no. That's like my favorite live stream, honestly.
Oh,
by the way, Roshi is from Ultimate Battle 22.
Yeah, I actually like that.
That's a nice sprite.
Whereas, like, the Jiraiya ones look like they're from, like, the Ninja Council games, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't mind the use of Battle 22.
I think it's a really fun. This is a really fun matchup, honestly.
It is.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Oh, that's like his ultimate Ninja Storm 1! Oh, that is so sick! Oh.
And he's gonna push him
to the house. Look rendered.
Oh no.
You can walk on Morty, it makes sense.
Oh my God.
Oh!
Summoning jutsu.
Kamagunta!
You fucked up the house!
Oh no!
Bringing down the house!
Hey there! Can you buy me some time? What? I'm not your servant. I'm the chief.
The animation here is great. I love it.
Oh, so
I love that.
I'm gonna have to get
Dragon Balls again.
The Mafuba! Oh my god, you can use the Mafuba?
Yes, he's gonna use the Mafuba.
He's gonna use the Mafuba and somehow survive.
Get the fucking rice cooker.
Oh, that is so cool! Use the fucking Mafuba against Gamabunta. That is so cool.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I love it.
He's supposed to die.
Somehow Roshi
Yeah, he's supposed to die. I guess they forgot
He
about
used
that.
in Super and didn't die.
Yeah, the Mafuba's been kinda weakened over the years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It just depends on the power of the user.
That's so cool. He was on the beach the whole time. That is awesome.
Yeah, he was back on the whole time.
That was awesome.
Yeah, this is where it gets controversial.
I actually like this, but let's watch it.
Kamehameha blew up the boat. Jiraiya is only at mountain level. Somehow Jiraiya
It's still awesome. I don't care. It's still cool.
I care immensely.
This is so fucking cool.
Oh, Roshi, no!
Now Jiraiya, move out of the way.
Oh my god, yeah,
Move,
no, this makes
Jiraiya.
perfect sense. He got him in Genjutsu. Yeah, that's right. Because
Just what did you do? His fist is still moving.
Wait!
He was still moving to begin with.
Dead.
God damn!
How did he fucking do that? He was under Genjutsu.
Because he's
What the
Master
fuck?
Roshi.
Oh, listen.
Master Roshi,
Jiraiha was certainly one of the most powerful warriors of his own world.
Sometimes you gotta know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And Jiraiha, you knew it was hold them.
The speed comparison wasn't quite so clear. His unseen battle with Krillin was incredibly
Please
quick.
tell me you made the
Roshi's never personally shown
submarine.
speeds as fast as Lightning feats Jiraiha's scale.
Oh wait, I gotta use a better word.
Oh, don't worry, Master Roshi's totally got this. I mean, look at him.
I have a lot of things. House of
Best friend is a turtle.
a turtle? Chlamydia? This? Not one of them.
Master Roshi has never stopped chasing
Still,
pussy.
it would be
You got a
reasonable
taste
to
for
believe
it.
No, are you
He's
kidding me?
talent to outsmart and outlast Roshi.
I think he literally went after 18 more than I think he did Bulma.
Can you please
Right,
explain
he's
his mental
island.
situation?
Yeah, he's got superpowers.
I was-
if you were to look at it from a normie
Okay.
perspective.
Him using
And
the
he's lived-
illusion powers of like that one fighter from like the Tournament of Power does not mean he's immune to all immune
Yeah,
like
no,
you know,
they're
Genjutsu
justifications
powers.
because he's battled people who would have illusion powers. He would be able to recognize the Genjutsu.
Nah, no, the Genjutsu powers of like the Sage mode would have overpowered it. Honestly, that's ridiculous.
Down to much more than tricks against someone like Roshi.
Roshi was simply
Yeah,
faster,
Jiraiha should have
stronger,
moved out of the
and had
way.
way
Yeah,
more
no, I can see why it's
Yeah.
controversial. That makes no sense, honestly.
Yeah.
Jiraiya is smarter than
The winner is Mike McFarland.
Hey, Kenny.
Mike.
Yes. Jiraiya doesn't need to physically be in front of you for that specific genjutsu to work.
Yeah, but can you move
Hi,
your
Sam.
body during when
Yes.
that happens? During that?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, well,
Yes.
Pain wasn't able to move his body inside that like again. Just,
No,
no,
but
No, he
Jiraiya
was
could.
not. Pain was
Well, then-
literally.
Pain was like stuck
Then
in that
it's
like water
justified.
prison.
All right, guys. All right.
Okay, I'm
Alex,
gonna put this in a
Where
worthy
do we
death below Leon.
All right,
and
okay,
Frank.
let's go into our points individually. All right, before
hey, we need to let Alex. We need to
goes
let Alex go. Alex, go
Okay,
first. Let me.
so
you
I'm
said
putting
worthy
this
death?
in a worthy death under Leon and Frank.
Hang on. Oh, hang on. That's on your tier list. Let me grab the. Where would you put it?
Under
Worthy death
Leon
under
and Frank.
Yeah,
Yeah, all right.
in this tier list, he said.
Okay.
Well,
Is that it? You have no
our
other
tier-
thoughts?
The Leon. Okay,
Okay.
so the one immediately below Leon and Frank is the same as the one on mine. So yeah, so I'd put it there, and I think that, you know, putting aside the fact that it has like fairly standard death battle, well, you know, people stand around for way too fucking long waiting for the attacks.
That's just anime.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's not just an anime thing. That's a death battle thing more specifically because there's a lot of anime. Hey, don't do that. Dragon Ball doesn't do that. Dragon Ball has a lot of dynamism.
Clearly,
to
so
the
you haven't
fight.
watched any Magical Girl series in the last
Dragon
decade.
Ball has a lot of dynamism. To the fight. Why would I be watching Magical Girl series if they're
Because
not naked?
because it goes against the entire point. Because they spend like a minute and a half transforming.
Okay, yeah. Frankly, I
There's a
don't
point.
give a shit.
He has a point, though.
So seriously, yeah, some worthy death below there because like that's the thing that's holding it back. There's a few issues with their typical like have everybody stand around for a little while, so that it they can fake the audience out on who's gonna win. But overall, I feel like the whole thing is pretty good. I loved Roshi deadlifting the fucking frog off of his house.
Yes.
Oh, Gamma!
Yeah.
That whole stuff with Gamma Bunta was amazing.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
All right. Kevin, what would you say?
Oh, sorry about that. Once again, and I would put it into like pretty damn good, mostly due to the fact that it's like it was good, and then the ending kind of sucked me out of it. I'm just like, really?
Oh, yeah?
That's how you're gonna end it? Come on, guys, you could do better than that.
I thought it was hilarious.
It was, but it's a bit. Doesn't okay. Never mind.
It just Jiraiya's far
Press
more.
no mate.
Oh, sorry about that.
What the hell was that?
What the fuck?
The
What
less
the fuck is
you know,
happening?
the better.
Oh my god.
Don't ask questions you aren't prepared for the answer for.
You could go into the memes.
Don't ask,
find
don't
out.
tell.
Anyway, like I said, pretty damn good. Right above Mr. Ratchet and Clank versus the Jack and Furry.
Wouldn't Ratchet also be a furry?
No.
Well, he's
Okay.
a different species. He's not technically a furry, you know.
Anyway, hey, I'll let you.
Oh
guys
well, he's anthropomorphic.
Yeah,
he's meant.
let
yeah.
me. It's my turn. I'm gonna start my timer. I don't have much to say. I agree with Alex's placement being under Leon versus Kennedy, only because I think the episodes above it are better
Okay,
to a degree.
Leon versus Frank. Kennedy is Leon's last name.
I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
Yes,
but anyways, I liked it.
Kennedy.
The analysis was decent. Female Wiz was cursed but hilarious. The animation is really good from start to finish. The voice acting's great. The character writing's great. There's genuinely some of my favorite Dragon Ball moments in this episode, at least in terms of death battle. The ending, I do kind of love because it reminds me of what Dragon Ball would do, but at the same time, I do understand why people would be upset at that because it is a bit weird. The explanation on why Roshi would be immune to the mind stuff is a bit iffy. Yes, he can possibly resist it, but he can't resist all forms of it, if that makes sense. I do mostly agree with everything else, though. So, I mean, yeah, under Leon versus Frank, worthy death, that's all I can really say. It's a good episode. I genuinely really enjoy it. It's definitely, there's nothing really horribly wrong with it outside of maybe the ending and the weird mind explanation. Gizmo, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Pretty damn good. Same as the other guys below Frank West versus Leon S. Kennedy. The animation's good. The banter's really good. It's really fucking funny, especially when it comes to Master Roshi being a dumbass. I liked the analysis on Master Roshi. Jiraiya, I was okay with. I think there was a lot more to go into than what they just got into for this episode, but you can't fit everything into one episode. They'll probably save them for like another one. I actually like the sprite they took from Ultimate Battle. I don't know why. I honestly don't know why a lot of people don't like the sprites on that game, but I thought they were okay. The ending fight, I thought it was hilarious, and I think it makes sense considering, the last time someone did that attack, they literally said they couldn't move their fucking body. So, but the thing is, it's not. Well, I'm not gonna say it's not exciting, but it wasn't as exciting as, let's say, Silver Samurai versus Shredder, or even Naruto versus Ichigo. This is at the end of the day is still just a bunch of old farts like throwing canes at each other. But seriously, I would put it there because if I were to put it any higher, I would put it on top of pretty damn good. But as it is, I'm fine with it.
Top pretty damn good. All right. RGS, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, that weird bit was "I Will Survive," but with raptors.
Okay.
I see.
You go follow that account. It's hilarious.
Understood. All right, RGS, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
The usage of the
Velociraptor.
Yes. Anyway, RGS, continue.
But is it a Velociraptor?
Alright, so the use of the sprite for Roshi is pretty good. I think for some of the close-up shots, I think there's maybe too much orange, but that's just me. And I understand it's daytime and they want to kind of have it, appropriate. I just felt there was maybe a bit too much orange for certain close-up shots. The fight is pretty cool, but there are a couple of bits where maybe you could have more motion, like when they're just standing around. And not like for the dramatic stuff where Jirachi's actually on the other island and he's in sage mode and he's got the little toad buddies with him. The frog crushing Kame House and then Roshi using the Mafuba to seal the frog and the rice cooker was pretty funny, and I guess that's a good way to take down animals summoned by the sealing jutsu. For some reason, I remember watching this fight and thinking, "Oh, Jiraiya wins. That's kind of weird." Okay, but no, yeah, no, Roshi does win. I guess it must have just saw the Genjutsu and went, "All right, so Jiraiya won." Okay, that's kind of weird, but okay. For what it is, yeah, it's. I would probably put it at. It was the worthy death, but I would put it above. Yeah, I'd actually go with the placement that Alex agreed on because it is a good placement and it is way better than Naruto versus Ichigo because you can tell they actually give a fuck to research this one.
Research in my death battle? No fake. Yeah, I'm joking.
Though I will say, I guess it is kind of weird. Right, so don't put a timer or keep the timer. Can Jiraiya move whilst the Genjutsu is active?
Yes, he doesn't have to actually be in front of you for the Genjutsu to work.
Yeah, Genjutsu is like because in
Unless
that
it's
case,
eye contact jutsu, then he has to
in that
maintain
case,
eye
the
contact.
Genjutsu is auditory with like the whole like sages on his shoulders.
Yeah. I figured
Auditory.
the sound waves. Yeah, I'm just asking if he could have moved out the way.
He could have.
No, when it,
No, hang on. I
auditory
just
like
thought.
that,
I just thought
probably
of
not.
something. I just thought of something. What if Roshi was moving too fast for him to react?
Can
That is
Roshi move
entirely
faster than
possible.
sound?
I feel like that's what they were going with, but that's just me.
Actually, yeah, I'd agree
Maybe.
with that. That makes sense.
Maybe it's just the issue of conveying the motion. It seems like he was going pretty slow for Jiraiya to act. If he wanted to go for that, it should have been like a quick flash. It should have been
Yeah, Jiraiya.
I
like,
agree,
He likes to savor it a little bit, doesn't he? Like at that point.
Yeah, we could still have him savor it. We could show that as we return to it, it was like a quick one, and he just the moment it happened, he was like, "Oh shit!" Basically, it could have been placed a little bit better to be a bit more effective. But for what it is, it was still really good.
I'll go into this when I go into it, so not to go into your time, RDS.
Right.
I know.
All
No
right,
worries.
where did you say you put it, Mo? Where did you say you put RGS?
Where Kevin, not Kevin, Alex placed it, which is below Leon and Frank.
All right. Who's next? Sheamus, you're next. In 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, as a Naruto stan and fan there, I feel like they did Jiraiya a little dirty because of the whole Genjutsu part, where it was auditory based, and in the mind, you can't say that Roshi moved faster enough in that time frame to be punched through because the mind would have. Oh god, it's ridiculous. He was even under the Genjutsu when he did it. Okay.
To be fair, Seamus, when you're under your mind already has a couple of minutes before it could register pain, so it's a case where you could argue dramatic choice.
I mean, you could say the same thing about the pain fight where he was trying to stab Jiraiya with the whole chakra absorbing stabs that they did, and yet he still put him under that Genjutsu. And yeah, he wasn't in the contextual. Okay, but Jiraiya does like to linger a bit. Okay, the point is, aside from that, the fight was very well thematic. Why? Because they're two anime mentors who were also perverts. Jiraiya was obviously themed under Master Roshi in a lot of ways, and he was thematically just as relevant. And honestly, if Master Roshi died at a point, it would have had the same emotional impact as Jiraiya's death did. In Super, when Roshi most likely probably would have died at that point, whereas Jiraiya died, trying to add, a point of reference to his life.
Well, I do want to say the Super manga and anime had some really, really good emotional beats for Roshi.
I mean, I'm not saying they don't, but when it comes to Jiraiya, he was trying to right the wrongs of his past. Because he thought Nagato was the right.
I was just saying that both characters have had great emotional.
Yeah, so they've had means of but I feel like Jiraiya's was a bit stronger than Roshi's because he already saw his proteges with Goku and Krillin at that point. was with
and
Naruto, wasn't too
Jiraiya's
sure.
death was actually permanent.
Yeah, exactly. There's no
Snap.
bullshit. I mean,
for now.
Naruto could have brought him back, but okay. I'm
Problem
rambling.
is,
I'm
hindsight
rambling. I'm
kinda-
gonna put it in. I'm
Timer.
gonna put it in pretty damn good. Above Mob and Tornado. Yes.
Smack.
All right.
Like I said, Ed, reverse summoning could have easily prevented Jiraiya's death.
Right. All right, Jedi, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
I thought this fight was fine. It's probably one of the better penultimate episodes they've done. Analysis was fine. It was good learning about Jiraiya. Animation was also fine. I think it was pretty damn good. Still holds up greatly. And the voice acting was very, very good. I think each actor nailed it spectacularly. I don't really care for the music. It was just okay. It was there. It served its purpose. The ending, it's controversial, but regardless of that, I think even if there is evidence that it could have been much, much better implicated and done better for Jiraiya, I will leave that to you guys. I'm not going to dip my toes in that, but I do like Jiraiya as a character. As to where I would place this episode, I would have to agree with Alex's placement. It is. It's not a bad episode. That ending is let down, and I feel like there was a better way to convey that Roshi could have won. But then again, it's like, this is Death Battle. How many times do they fuck up with Naruto research?
Oh, a decent bit.
A decent bit, yeah.
So
they aren't particularly great at Naruto and Bleach research, unfortunately. Those are the two they are very flawed at.
Right about it.
No, that's true though. Anyways, okay, so 4 votes for under Frank, 3 for pretty damn good. So the winner stands.
Okay.
All right.
In the wheel.
All right, spin the
wheel. What do we gotta get? What do we gotta get? What do we gotta get?
Are we gonna get something good? Something good?
Oh, it's
something terrible. This is a good one.
Oh, Excalibur versus
the bonus episode.
Shameless promotion versus opponent. It'll likely win again.
One.
Wait, Raiden? Which Raiden are we talking about?
No,
Metal Gear 1.
Raiden from Metal Gear.
Yeah.
This is their second.
You made me think it was like Mortal Kombat or the Genshin Impact Raiden. Oh, hold on, guys.
Genshin Impact Raiden would have lasted a day against fucking Excalibur. You know this.
Yeah.
This is okay. So a bit of context to this episode. This is the second bonus episode they've done. This was a sponsor by, what was the game called? Warframe. Yeah, Warframe. This is an episode commissioned by Warframe, and they basically allowed the Death Battle to do whatever they wanted.
Now, here's what's controversial about it, though, is people think that because it was sponsored by Warframe and Warframe said you could do whatever the hell they want, people translated this to let.
Don't spoil who wins. Don't spoil who wins. Don't spoil who wins. Don't spoil who wins.
Nah.
I already know who wins because of how kind of.
Yeah, but don't spoil it for those who don't know who wins.
I know who loses. The audience.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's season 9. I'm looking I'm looking in the wrong fucking place. This is okay. Let's give this a watch. This is season 9 episode, and their second bonus episode. Far better than the last one, by the way. The last one was not very good.
Yeah.
Let's give this a watch. I love what they do with the analysis here.
This opening is amazing.
Oh, just conducting some research. Discovered a Tenno foundry.
This is their research computer.
Warframe.
Yes.
What are you doing here?
Sometimes I have these horrible nightmares and I just wake up here in a cold sweat. I don't even think my car's in the parking lot.
All right, I just got back, and apparently, is Jocelyn canon now?
I didn't know. Yeah, she's canon.
She's been canon for years.
She's been canon since the beginning. She's appeared in a few episodes, actually. Since she came back, I'll go and rewind a bit.
Right there, see? With dummies. This is like some SCP shit here.
Process of crafting a new Warframe. Just about wrapped. What are you doing here?
Sometimes I have these horrible nightmares and I just wake up here in a cold sweat. I don't even think my car's in the parking lot. But what you're doing sounds way more interesting. So tell me, what Warframe's your favorite?
Oh, a scientist doesn't play favorites.
Oh, bullshit. Our job is the equivalent
You're gonna
of banging
break the
action
computer
figures
by
together.
leaning on
It's not wrong.
Oops, I got the point.
it. Why is Wiz using my
Wait,
grandmother's
you're
computer?
telling me this is Warframe versus freaking like Metal Gear? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of
Yeah.
lame, honestly.
I like it.
More like
I mean, it feels like it's a spot. They are trying their damnedest to make this not a sponsored episode, but it absolutely is.
So I will be
No.
right back,
Just
ladies
give
and
me the
gentlemen.
lore already.
You're
Wiz.
good. I don't mind it. I like Raiden. It was cool to see him come back.
Right, so I like both characters. I like Excalibur. Excalibur's a really cool Warframe, but I don't think they make a good matchup.
That's fair.
So what I mean when I say it's like a forced like collaboration, I feel like it's forced for Warframe, not for Metal Gear.
I don't know about Force. But,
No. I feel like they did the whole thing. It's like, who's your favorite Warframe hero? Like,
I feel like that was that. I mean, it's not bad Force because there's a lot of different Warframes. You're just
who
interacting.
fucking plays Warframe these days? I fucking don't.
Hey,
There's
hey,
actually a ton of people. There's actually a ton of people. RGS plays it.
But you don't, Ben, because apparently it's online only play. So you don't
Yeah,
play.
I don't play online only games.
See, there you go. You don't know what Warframe is.
I actually know quite a bit, only because of a bunch of YouTube videos that are pretty good.
Like Death Battle, for instance.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is, until one day they were reawakened to defend a war.
It just feels like this
Awaken
is
Excalibur!
It just feels like this is like a thinly veiled sponsored episode, and they aren't even trying at this point. You know?
No, they already admitted it was sponsored by Warframe.
Yeah, this episode was paid by Warframe, and they were told to do whatever they wanted.
It's better than the whole Red versus like Blue like sponsored episode they did with like Red versus Blue, like the whole like in that continuity.
No, actually, it wasn't a sponsored episode.
But you know what I mean? It was an internal thing. It's better than that because at least they have a fight against them from a different franchise. So at least it's better than that.
Oh wait, are you talking about the first one? That also wasn't sponsored.
You know what I mean? Like the whole fight between those two.
No, that's not really a comparison because they choose to do that on their own.
But it's from the people who help.
I mean, granted, this one they choose to do this one because they want to do whatever they want, and they figured it would be a cool collaboration. But
honestly, an anime character would have maybe been a better matchup. I don't know who has a sword made of light.
But I mean, like Raiden is practically an anime character at this point in terms of power set.
Yeah.
See, I would have said maybe an anime character versus Raiden would be a better idea. Because I've never fucking heard of Excalibur from Warframe, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a promo. It's a promo video.
How many of you have heard of Fuck Your Hair?
Excalibur.
Excalibur.
From the United Kingdom.
Excalibur.
I am Felix Sanderland. Excalibur.
I like how we're just submitting to the madness. Excalibur. Join us, Jedi. Excalibur.
I like how we're thinking of the Excalibur from Soul Eater more than the Excalibur from freaking Vanquish.
Anyway, guys, if you're wondering where I went, I ended up having to save a little girl from a bunch of cannibals with the case of munchies.
Okay.
For example,
I don't believe you.
What do you mean?
Sounds pretty unstoppable, but I think I have someone in mind that might put that to the test.
Okay, do you really want to talk about Raiden? Is that what this is?
Come on, Wiz. Child soldier, half-robot assassin, glorious Nippon steel. It's a perfect match.
No, it
Raised
isn't.
from childhood.
Sounds like every like Death Battle form ever.
Not really. If anything, then I want you were better picking a Gundam character.
Boomstick is just biased. Even Wiz is annoyed by this choice. Wiz is you guys.
35 my ass.
I do like how the analysis is different from the other episode. Like they're just interacting off work and just doing their little thing. I do like that. It's a nice change of pace compared to the other episodes, and I appreciate that.
For him that a shadowy extra-governmental body known as the Patriots captured him and turned him into a cyborg.
The goddamn Patriots.
Complicated purposes. Even after the Patriots'
I
downfall,
need
Raiden
scissors
struggled to build a life that he could
66.
call his own. whole
Nanomachine, son.
And his genuine ecstasy for war.
Well, at least he's got to put his weird skills to work with the weapons he's pulled off the course.
Yeah, Metal Gear Rising is so
This
fucking
is the
good.
man who fought Wolverine, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah. We haven't gotten to that episode yet. This is
This apparently beats Wolverine versus Raiden, interestingly.
They haven't found anybody to fight against Wolverine ever since that episode.
No, they haven't yet, oddly enough. They want to use them again, though. They have expressed interest in bringing back Wolverine.
It's kind of odd that they haven't found a match with Wolverine again.
One of the options that they're interested in is Big Speed.
Big
Wolf.
Bigby,
Yeah, Big Speed the Wolf.
That's stretch.
Nah, I think it's a good one. RGS would argue for it.
It really isn't enough to go on.
No,
I
there's
think
actually a
there's
lot.
enough to go on, but you kind of need to read Fables.
Bigby Wolf, though, I don't see it.
Yeah, you need to read the comics, because comics have so much more.
Materials known to man. The bonds between carbon atoms
Like, remember the ocean swimming feat Big Speed did? That was probably one of my
Oh
favorites.
yeah, that's fucking weird.
Yeah, fucking raw.
Slicing clean through a building-sized Metal Gear.
RGS, you want to give the audience context, or should we just tell them to fuck off? No, I'm joking.
No. I think because if Death Battle plan on doing it, I think we should wait until we actually get it.
Yeah, if they ever do it.
Armstrong. Yes.
The meme man himself.
However, I would
the freaking Stan from American Dad beat the shit out of the freaking Raiden.
Funny fact, the Death Battle wants to do Senator Armstrong versus that one character from JoJo in 2024 President's Day.
Funny Valentine.
Oh, like funny that would
Valentine,
be amazing.
yes.
That would be fucking amazing.
They talked about how they want to do a sponsorship with the government to get people to vote.
That would be so cool. That would be so funny Valentine. That would be amazing.
I think they pretty much confirmed it, maybe. So that would be
Oh,
great.
if it's going to be in the next season, that's going to be peak, honestly.
That would be awesome if they do it right. Imagine if it was genuinely sponsored by
Hatred versus Hatred. It's going to be so fucking cool.
I swear to God, they make that episode, make it an official sponsor from the government, I'll die laughing.
This video is brought to you by the United States government.
The U.S. government, go out and vote. Survive the mindfuck that was Metal Gear 2.
And with it, he ended Armstrong once and for all, and lived.
Shame we never got that sequel they announced and never did anything with.
Apparently, it didn't sell well, Revenge
Look,
sadly.
I know we're just shooting the shit, but Raiden would definitely kick Excalibur's ass.
You've got to be joking. Maybe I didn't sell it well enough with my spiel, but warframes like Excalibur are unbelievably powerful, on a whole other level from cyborg ninjas like Raiden.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, this is like so blatantly sponsored, honestly. I'm not.
No, I actually like this interaction. This is a great interaction.
No, but I mean, it feels like Boomstick is putting way too much. It feels like a bit fan wanky, honestly, towards it.
No, like his Boomstick is biased.
Quality is what matters most, and considering his weapons are mostly made of metal, it won't be any trouble for Raiden to melt right through him with the Murasama, especially with how crazy fast he is. Raiden can run up walls and break dance with leggy mooing robots attached to his feet. He can slice bullets
I love how the
in
music
air
gets more
and
intense as they argue.
reactions with blade mode.
Just like when you and I argue, Ben.
It's
accurate.
Like Revolver Ocelot can shoot bolts of electricity out of the air with regular pistols, which is probably around hundreds of times faster than sound. I guess that counts as fast.
Oh, please, that's nothing. Raiden can increase his perception to the point
That's
that
true.
raindrops around him aren't even moving.
Yeah, blade mode is the gets enhanced perception.
He's also able to
Yep.
swing his sword dozens of times, while time is almost
Yeah, that's
stopped.
ridiculous.
By my
Yes.
calculations, that'd be about 11% the speed of light.
Oh, is this happening? Is this actually happening? You want a calc off, big guy?
Calc
Let's go.
off.
Excalibur can literally block a beam of light with his sword. Judging by the distance it moved relative to how far the light beam traveled, Excalibur had to have been swinging at
Ooh,
9%
slower.
the speed of light.
Oh.
King dethroned. Look at me.
Standing
I'm the math
here
boy now.
Look, speed is only part of the picture. Another Warframe, Atlas, was strong enough to smash apart a giant asteroid. Now, Excalibur may not be one-punching asteroids.
That is wrong. I don't think you should compare Atlas to Excalibur because Atlas's creation was different.
You said it yourself. Robot
That's fair.
tonight. All old Jack needs is one good swing of that Murasama. Sama, and Excalibur's getting sliced to pieces. You really think your Warframe can take on a pure-blooded killer like Raiden?
Oh, you really think your cyborg ninja can take on a ghost soldier?
I like this. I love how they just bicker and argue.
It could have been a little bit shorter. I do like the picturing, but it could have been a little bit shorter.
Yeah, I could definitely go for a beer right now.
The button.
It's time!
Time for a death battle!
He destroys the computer!
I like how this scroll blink.
Battle is sponsored by Warframe, but
Yeah, exactly. See, look how blatant this is.
sponsored.
Honestly.
I mean, yeah, it's a sponsored episode.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
shit.
The point is, it's way too blatant. Honestly, I feel
No,
like
like this episode only exists because of it.
That's my
So I
point. This episode only exists because of it. That's my point. It feels way too blatant. That's my.
I don't mind it honestly, because it's a bonus.
This?
No, he's investigating the loot box.
An enemy is ahead, and that found
This is animated by Devil Artemis, I believe.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Jedi, can you was it animated by Devil Artemis?
But maybe he doesn't know, because again.
What? Okay, the frame rate's fucked up. What the hell?
I don't know if I don't know if I don't know if Cartoon Hangover does 3D animations. I thought it was only mostly
Okay,
2D.
so I am back. I've been here. I had to take care of something. Yes, and to answer your question, this whole fight animation segment was animated by Devil Artemis and only Devil Artemis.
Really?
Yeah,
this is
one
all done to
person.
him.
Yeah.
Who joined?
Gizmo. Thanks. You're good.
By the way, hey, for this filler episode, I ended up grabbing some snackies for a brief bit.
For a filler episode, it's pretty exciting.
Not really, no.
I like this.
Infinite ammo.
There it is. That's stupid.
I love that.
Nope, that is a
That's
direct.
canon.
That is a direct canon reference.
Yeah, it's a canon reference. I love that.
Okay, so
Reference to.
The voice of Raiden is the guy who voiced James Bond.
Sir, can I call you Jack?
I'm sorry, John Wick. John Wick.
On that massive L of a death battle.
You'll never expect your secret weapon.
All right, listen. Definitely hiding in the cardboard box.
Get out of here.
I love how most are
They're
trying
cheating
to
to help their favorite characters too.
That's great. I absolutely love that. The music's great, by the way. Oh, he's holding the other weapon in his hand. I love it.
It's time to let her rip.
Oh!
Time for Jack. Time for Jack. Oh no!
Oh, the music's so good.
Survival of the fittest. The rules of nature.
Rules of nature.
Screw the rules. I have nano machines.
Nano machines, son.
I'm searching your Warframe's power systems.
Fucking hype. Oh!
Right, beat this freaking free-to-play bastard. Oh my god!
Done.
Yeah.
There it is.
Excellent work, Tenno. Now for the Falcon.
Totally not biased at all, guys. Totally not biased at all.
It's not biased.
It's not biased.
It's genuinely not biased.
Now is the episode itself obvious? Is the episode? They do a decent job of explaining it, but they're making a bunch of reaches because of different Tennos and Warframes. Because they even say themselves, certain weapons Excalibur doesn't have right off the bat.
Yeah, you have to actually get them and pay for them and such, thanks to black market dealers like Tim.
Also, this episode actually had controversy amongst the Warframe community.
Ooh,
Really?
Yes, they actually disagreed with this outcome.
Because
Really?
everybody
The Warframe
acknowledges that
community?
Metal Gear Rising is a better game.
Yeah, and the day that this came out, a new Warframe was about to drop, and we were also getting a Warframe convention.
Yeah,
I find it hilarious that there was.
I
I find it hilarious that there was controversy in the Warframe community because they won.
Yeah,
It's because they were sponsored to win. That's why.
Nah, just watch
No, I
the
do
result.
think the Excalibur would win, but the issue is because Excalibur itself is a machine and the Tenno would still, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so my thing is, because as a bonus episode goes, you know, yeah, this has done a good job of doing a better job than the boys battle royale we got.
Oh god, we'll get to that. Oh
Yeah, but I do agree. It has flaws, and if you can also believe it, there were actual segments in the storyboards that didn't make it into the finished animation.
Really?
Yeah, Devil had months to complete this animation, but he wasn't able to fit in everything.
That's fair.
9.5 times out of 10, the boards are actually much better because they have a lot more segments.
Interesting, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Excalibur had the metal and the gear to make R.I.P.
Is product placement.
Anyway,
Alright,
so this is going into could have been worse.
I wouldn't say it's that bad, but ultimately, like, the outcome's not great. I have to agree with the I have to agree with the Warframe community that it's
That's still laughable.
this is gonna go. This has to go above Yoda versus Mickey.
Wow.
Where on here?
And it
Where
was fine. This is it. I have it. It was fine.
Oh, we have it higher, but
Yeah,
where would you
you're
put it? It was
wrong.
fine here. No, you're wrong. Okay.
So,
It wasn't even just me that voted that.
Below All Might versus Might guy.
Whoa.
Alright,
Okay, hang on.
I guess I'll go.
Hang on.
I guess
that's too high on this list. Put it below. Put it above Star Genocide versus Steven in Criniverse.
I'll agree to that.
Okay. For me, this is a tough one to rank. Give me a moment. Let me look at the tier list a little bit. I would put it above. I'll put it top pretty damn good. Because I do. Okay, it is a sponsored episode, but like I like what they did with it. It feels like a different episode than others. I like how Wiz and Boomstick are just hanging out in their off time randomly at night, just kind of discussing two characters they like and are just biased over both of them. I do like how they just start arguing and bickering as the music gets more and more intense. I get it could be a little shorter, but I did really enjoy that bit. And the fight itself, not perfect, but damn it had some fucking hyped moments. And that music really helped build that. I'm like, oh! And I've watched this episode before, and there's only a few episodes that can make me do that over and over. This is definitely one of them. I think the thing that keeps me from keeping it or putting it in a worthy death is the result. I do agree Excalibur could win, but the way they explained it was really off. It's just not perfect, and they could have done it a bit better. But that's about it. My only real issue is the result. If it weren't for that, it would have been higher, honestly. Even as a sponsored episode, they went above and beyond for no reason. But hey, I appreciate the episode for doing that. So, yeah. Gizmo, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Give me a moment.
Take your time.
Okay. I think it belongs in pretty damn good, right above, right in between Scorpion and Weiss.
All right.
It's not as bad. Whatever negative thing they said about them fight, it's not as bad as whatever they said, and the analysis, it's not as clear. It's not as biased as people are saying it is. Like, dude, come on. You're telling me this is equivalent. This match is the equivalent of the Ryu Hayabusa versus Strider match. We already know who's going to win. We just wanted to see We just wanted to see the fight.
Yeah.
You know, like we know Strider's going to win over Ryu because he's from the future. He's got more advanced tech. He's much more faster. He can cut you with his hands instead of his sword. It's the same thing here, you know. Yeah, okay, he got infinite ammo, but that's only for the pistol. He's from like a far future.
No, he has infinite ammo for all weapons. That's how the bandana works.
Okay, they mentioned. I forgot to mention this, but Death Battle does specifically point that out, and I love that they do that.
All right, so yeah. I stand corrected them, but either way, these are still like modern day weaponry. At the end of the day, they're using like futuristic alien tech that could probably like literally cut the air in half if they were scientifically able to. Like, you know, that doesn't make sense, but you know it'll make sense in the alien's mind somehow. That's what I'm saying. But
alien guns.
Yeah, it's alien guns at the end of the day. And what I really am a little bit peeved at is that every time there's a sponsored episode or there's an episode that has the help of so and so, they think, oh, it's gonna be a biased episode. So they have to let this guy win. It's like, yeah, it doesn't really work that way. These guys are still independent. As far as I know, these guys are still independent. They just happen to be hired by Rooster Teeth. So if there's going to be a Ruby episode, I'm not going to expect any bias. If there's going to be like a Warframe episode, I'm not going to expect any bias. Just like how we saw over here.
Timer went off. I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, it's all just a bunch of overreactive. I was going to say Jim Ross, Alex Jonesian bullshit that people are worrying about. This is still a good episode. Fight's great. Analysis is pretty good. You know, I would have gone a little longer with both of them, but I will take what I can get. It's pretty damn good. Put it right in between Lice and Scorpion.
All right, did that. I'm gonna change my vote to under Mickey versus Yoda because I do like that episode more, but that's me being biased. Also, I do agree with that point. Whenever Death Battle does screw up a result, it's not because they're quote unquote biased. It's because they fucked up. There's a difference between being biased and fucking up something.
Like I don't know how familiar you are with the magnetic ferret. I've tried to promote it a couple times. I just don't know how. But every chance I talk about it, there's always some really, really odd reaction whenever it comes to promoted death battles. You know, brought to you by Warframe, brought to you by Rooster Teeth's Ruby, that kind of thing. They always seem to think that there's some sort of conspiracy behind each episode that does that, and that's why that character wins. I always try to say it's not that simple, but you know they're not convinced.
Yeah, some people like to be stubborn, but anyways, RGS, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Right, so I can probably, as I was thinking this over, I think I can see why the Warframe community do think that Raiden would win, because he does have a plethora of ammo, gadgets and such, and his speed is still better than the Excaliburs, because if it hinges on that last fight, then that last clash of swords, it would be Raiden, because he is quicker, and it throws the blade faster, as seen in the analysis. So it would kind of hinge on creating a new scenario where the Excalibur would win. So yeah, maybe I'm in the Warframe community on this one. So you can complain to them about being biased. But I think the fight is good splendor. I don't think I would give it the same praise if it were an actual death. Actually, no, it is an actual death battle. Actually, I'll probably be more honest and say, yeah, I liked it. Even if it is a bit weird and a bit janky at points, I can appreciate the creativity put into it. Devil Artemis is still a pretty decent... Not decent, actually. That's probably underselling him a little bit. When he gets going, he gets going.
Yeah.
Let him cook. He's the definition of let him cook.
Yeah, exactly. His Gogeta versus Shrek one goes hard for no reason.
Yeah.
And I think
Just
the issue
just let
for that
Kermit the
one-
Frog
Did you
fight
just say
freaking
Gogeta
Frogger. Let him
versus
let him
Shrek?
do that. He knows how to animate Kermit the
Yeah,
Frog.
yes.
that was not
Like make him
Yeah.
probably do that there. Come on now. He knows how to animate Kermit. And like make him
Yeah.
fight Frogger. Come
Well,
on.
it's ironic because Devil wasn't asked to be a part of the season finale, which was a Dragon Ball fight.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course it was.
That's weird.
Anyway,
That's weird.
continue.
That's weird not to have him. Yeah, continue, RGS.
So yeah, I do like it because it does give attention to a cool little character like Excalibur. If anything, I'm kind of expecting them to try to conflate Excalibur with Excalibur Umbra because they're essentially the same make, but Excalibur Umbra is more sentient, so it would apply better than the original Excalibur. I don't like what they try to do, as I think Jedi brought up before, that they're kind of using different warframes to try to support why Excalibur would win, and I pointed that out as well. You can't use Atlas to determine Excalibur's durability, especially since they have their own durability stats. It's just a case where I like it. Yeah, I know. It's just a case where I like it, but the issue is that the more you think about it, you can see that, yeah, Raiden is more likely to win, even if I did initially say, oh yeah, Excalibur, he gets it because he's got Light Blade. I would put it in pretty damn good. However, I would agree and kind of leave it where it is. I'd like behind Ryu and Scorpion. I was about to say Ryu and Jin. Ugh.
Fair enough. Wait, where'd you say?
Just where it is now. Behind Ryu and Scorpion.
Fair enough. All right, Sheamus, you're up in 3, 2, 1 to go.
All right. Hey guys, this is True Story Sheamus, and it's time for an epic rant. And tonight's epic rant is all about Excalibur versus Raiden. Rest in peace, Helsing 920. Yes. All right. Yeah, I love Helsing, but anyways, it's a shame he.
Rest in peace, Helsing.
Yeah, exactly. I was referencing Helsing. Yes. But I detest this fight. This is the second worst sponsored-esque fight since I watched that boys clusterfuck sponsored shit that was. Like they didn't even try to hide this. And in the point, they didn't even try to hide the fact that this is sponsored to Hell and Back too, because who in the God Green Earth plays Warframe who doesn't play Fortnite?
A lot of people. A ton of people.
There is a whole convention dedicated to Warframe.
Yeah.
It is one of the most popular online play games out there.
Yeah, you're not being really fair there, Sheamus.
And meanwhile, it's a gachapon.
Yeah, I mean, so is Genshin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at least Genshin actually has a good lore.
It's not like it's underground. It's not like it's an underground phenomenon. No, it actually is out there. Sorry,
Bender.
People broke PS4s over Genshin for fuck's sake, and what did Warframes do? Apparently make people remember that battle royales exist.
No, it's not even a battle royale game. What the fuck are you talking about?
Amos, you're being very unfair to Warframe.
I am. I'm.
You're being too unfair, man.
I'm speaking from a point I'm speaking from a point of ignorance. I will admit. All right.
Hold on. Did you also channel Helsing's spirit into your body when you sang all of this?
I'm not swearing enough to make it seem like that because everyone's been interrupting me all the damn time.
Sorry.
Yes, folks, I'm going to be talking about the bullshit fight that I watched between two cyborgs fighting because you see, folks, a lot of people like Warframe. These people are fucking idiots. Why? Because apparently they don't understand that the epic battle royale or whatever, I don't even know what battle royale is. Apparently it's some kind of sandwich with cheese and onions or something. I don't really know. The point is, battle royale is not a game genre. It's a style of shooting. Okay, folks? Now you see, unfortunately, they put Raiden Shogun, not the Genshin one, the wussy priss boy douchebag who was in Metal Gear 2, who took the stage from apparently a Solid Gear that they did, and they apparently made him a badass, which, hey, I'll admit, was pretty fucking cool. Why? Because he actually had a good game. What did Warframe do? Apparently it exists in some kind of ether like space that Amazon has. I don't know. I don't research this. I don't care. Why? The fact is that even the point in this fight was that it was put in between a sleep session between Boomstick and Wiz because they didn't care. They slept between this fight. They didn't stay awake during this. Jocelyn was apparently comatose during this whole point because they knew clearly that this would get money. Why? Because Rooster Teeth owns them. And when Rooster Teeth owns them, they make them do a red versus blue battle. And what's more red versus blue than Western Japanese bullshit versus Eastern Japanese bullshit? And then when you put Cyborg in Japanese bullshit, you get a matchup. It's great. It's fantastic. They got some Kermit animator bullshit in there. Apparently he makes like Perfect Cell like spout memes and make Shallot more relevant. Whoever the fuck Shallot is. But anyways, the point is honestly, you see, guys, this fight was bullshit, and honestly, I put it in could have been worse. Why? Because honestly, some of the other fights had a little bit more integrity to them, and they didn't feel like they were forced to be some kind of forced advertisement for a dying game that no one plays without an internet connection. So, folks, until next time, this is True Story Seamus impersonating Helsing920 saying take care, and I will see you all in the near future. Peace.
Alright, Jedi, you're up in 3, 2, 1 to go.
Okay, so look, I'm not an avid Warframe player. I did play the game a long time ago, and whether or not this episode is bullshit, that's not up for me to decide. I've heard from people who said it was done justice, others not so much. It's up in the air at this point. I do not agree that they did this episode because they were forced to. No, it was optional. Warframe came to them and was like, "Hey, could you do something?" They didn't force them. I just want to get that out of the way. And they are not biased. They didn't give Excalibur the win because he was cooler. If that was the case, they would have had Deathstroke win. They would have had Goku win. Fights that they've admitted they like the other character more than the other guy.
They already
but
said
they
that,
had to.
that they like Goku better.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if they were biased, quote unquote, then they would have went with that and called it a day, but they didn't. I respect that they do have professional research integrity. The analysis was fine. I liked what it was trying to do, but I agree. It is obvious that it's a sponsored fight, and I feel like it went on a bit too long, but I like that we actually got to see Wiz and Boomstick on a day off, and they were actually debating. It does come off like they're still talking to us, but I like the concept. This season experimented a lot, and I think this was a great one. The animation is good. I do not think it's better than Raiden versus Wolverine. Nothing's ever going to be better than Torian. Devil Artemis may be a cook, but Torian is a goddamn chef. It's a 90-day difference. The death could have been explained a little bit better. They do explain it, but it just wasn't as visually indicating as they were making it out to be.
Yeah.
I think Mono did a good job as Raiden. He's the one thing I haven't heard anybody talk about.
Who was Mono?
Oh yeah.
Mono voices Raiden in this animation. And he sounds much closer to Quinn Flynn than the other guy who voiced him a long time ago.
Look, Jed, I am very flattered, but I didn't have anything to do with the episode.
It's okay. Yeah, Mono. Not you, Mono. Another Mono.
your timer went off, by the way, just to let you know.
Okay. Thank you. As to where I would put it, I would put it at okay, I can barely see the screen because it says Ben minimized it.
I'm sorry. There you go.
No, it's cool. I would put it in at the top of it was fine.
Top of it was top where?
Of it was fine.
All right.
At the
I need to
very
recap
top.
the vote because I don't remember. I said under Mickey versus Yoda. Gizmo and RGS said between Ryu and Whis. Alex, where'd you say you would put it? Alex?
Sorry, I had my mic muted. Above Steven Universe and Star Butterfly.
Right. So, all right. Jai said it was fine as well. Kevin said could have been worse. Did Shima said pretty bad?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Okay. Okay, Shima's 1. Could have been worse 1. It was fine 2. 3, 4. Pretty damn good. So I say
fine.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no,
you
okay,
put-
sorry.
you put it at top, it was
okay,
fine.
sorry.
Okay,
Seamus 920 said it could have been worse.
It's all over the place. I'm gonna default it here. I feel like it's fine. Maybe like a few. Yeah, you know what? All right here. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just move on.
Woo!
Yeah.
By the way, check the broadcast
the
chat to
wheel.
see what image.
Back in the
I
bros.
posted.
Oh shit!
Oh,
baby!
Oh,
I thought we already
okay.
did this one.
No, we did.
Yeah,
It's
you guys
but not
did.
part of
We all
this.
did do this one, but this is going to be the first
We're
time
not doing
Kevin.
a bonus one.
Yeah.
Ben, we're not.
No, we're not. We are. Oh, I don't have this episode. Why don't I have this episode download? What the fuck?
Because it's
Maybe the
Give me a moment.
bonus episode could be for. Maybe the bonus
No,
episode
the
could
bonus
be for what we'll
episode.
react to.
No, based on what I've seen of your guys' reaction.
There it
to
is. Yeah,
I
there.
know exactly what you guys.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Okay.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Mid.
All right.
I thought
All right.
the bonus
All right.
episode was a death battle.
No, it's not a death battle thing. But let's. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting to watch. It's been a while since I've watched this, so.
Look, let's.
This is a controversial. This is a controversial episode. So let's dig in.
Lackluster season finale.
Yeah.
It's Gogeta
Honestly,
versus Vegito.
This episode has grown on me.
Yeah,
But just a little bit.
The fanboy
I love
fight
the opening.
ended with Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast, but apparently didn't shut the fuck up about it. Anyways, death battle. Woo!
What? Oh, come on! It's the ultimate Dragon Ball question. Which fusion of Goku and Vegeta?
I mean, it is a.
The ultimate Dragon Ball question
I
is
found my entertainment.
use Kaioken.
Guys, I found how will be entertaining.
The ultimate Dragon Ball question used to be what was Bulma's bra size, but that was announced in Dragon Ball Super. So what's the second most Dragon Ball wish? It's Gogeta versus Vegito. Yeah, like that's the second
it's
most. Yeah,
and Super Saiyan use Kaioken.
Oh my god.
Super, movies, games, guidebooks, Toei's Twitter, even all
Toei's
the
Twitter.
Xenoverse and Heroes
And
stuff.
Xeno.
Hold on to your Dragon Ball.
So yeah,
putting
a lot
heroes
of
in this.
okay. So ironically, the Dragon Ball community were pissed off at this episode because they quote unquote didn't.
Okay, in fact, the build up for this is really good, honestly. For this,
It is,
I will say, I love how Tobey Maguire is watching Fusion Reborn in Japan.
Yeah.
That's so good.
But I love how the Dragon Ball community got upset because they were like, "You didn't use this version of Vegito or Gogeta." It's like, guys, watch the damn episode.
The only reason it's a mid finale is just literally because of how lackluster the
Gogeta.
animation is.
We'll
Yeah.
get to it. It's grown on me though.
For the Vegeta this year, but whatever.
Anywho, my Space Invader is here to provide me entertainment.
I didn't
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. He did it with Vegito. Yeah.
Yeah, Gogeta existed before Vegito, which is interesting.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, that's right. That's right.
It would make sense since they
Because
didn't.
again, like the fusion with the fusion dance with Trunks and Goten existed before, right? So it
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yes. And Vegeta's soul disappeared
Yep,
back
Vegeta's
into
right.
the afterlife.
This is interesting because this is the third Dragon Ball episode in season 9, and it's technically the third episode Goku has ever been in. Same with Vegeta.
Yeah. Well,
It's
technically,
both the
it's
third
it's the fourth episode Vegeta's appeared in, if you count that.
You remember
that
when like
sponsor.
Goten and Trunks fused into like
I don't
a
count
hybrid
that.
like Ford
Okay.
car? You know, Ford Focus. Do you remember that where they fused into that?
Yeah. I do find it funny how this is technically the third fight both Goku and Vegeta have been in, which technically makes it 6.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
With
both the third and
with
fourth.
the power of cinnamon and Kool-Aid, I bring you Gogeta.
Gogeta defeated him in less
Yeah, Fusion Reborn's an awesome movie, by the way. For anyone who hasn't seen it, Fusion Reborn and Super Broly are some of the best
awesome
ones.
movie. Okay, look, it is an awesome movie, but it sucks at the end when we see Gogeta finally appear.
I don't.
Oh, you want to talk
particularly
about
agree.
awesome movies? We're looking at
Man,
Dragon Ball Super
I don't know.
Broly here.
I don't know about you, but the goodbye between Vegeta versus Goku brings
No,
me
that
to
was
tears.
good. I love that.
That
But
was
it's like,
just so good.
we literally had less than 2 minutes with actual Gogeta, but most of that was with Fat Gogeta.
I do understand that.
Yeah, we got
I
a lot
remember there was budget issues, so they had to shorten the fight. But man, that last impact is so fucking good.
It is, but I prefer how Broly handled Gogeta better.
Fair enough. Yeah. He was much better than
Rildo.
Broly.
General
Oh yeah.
Rildo.
Oh,
God.
Oh, of course they
why
reference
they
that.
censor that? Why?
So yeah,
Why do you
Okay.
think they reference that?
So yeah, the bonus for today will be my Ice Space Invader.
And they're
Force
bringing
Ice
Super Saiyan
Invader.
4 bullshit into this. Fantastic.
Well, they said they're using everything. That includes
Yeah.
GT.
Bring me
Yes.
everything. Everything.
Oh, if it
everything.
includes freaking, if it
Every
includes
single
superhero,
thing in
I'm
the-
out. If it
Hey,
includes
hey, hey.
Dragon Ball Superhero, or like Dragon Ball Super, like
It's
Dragon Ball
only-
Heroes, I'm out.
Not in the fight. No, it's only
Thank
Goku
you.
mentioned. It's not important. It is only.
Yeah,
Goku.
because Dragon Ball Heroes is bullshit.
It's not important
Yeah.
for this episode. It's just mentioned.
Yeah, because again, they are using They don't want to just use a specific version of Vegito and Gogeta. They're using everything from all the
Yeah.
animes, the mangas, the games,
Games, yeah.
guidebooks. Yeah.
It's just fair.
I
It's
argue
fair.
you already get that effect anyway.
They
but
fought
you-
in freaking the time stream, like
Oh.
Gogeta and freaking Broly. Oh my
Yeah,
god!
so, fun fact, this wasn't explained in the movie, it was explained in the novel of Dragon Ball Super Broly.
continues to prove he's one of the multiverse's S tier.
Oh yeah, I remember
Apparently
fucking
Dragon Ball
Rose
has-
3.
I hated Rose 3. God,
So
You're actually
dumb.
putting in fucking heroes. You said they weren't doing this.
No,
shit.
I
They're
said they
doing it
briefly
right
mentioned
now.
it. I said
Yeah,
they
he said
briefly
everything.
mentioned it. It's not.
said
They
everything.
briefly mention it. It is not
They are
important to the fight.
scaling this to characters in fucking.
Look how
They're
stupid this
just-
is.
They're
told you
scaling
they're
him
using
to
everything.
things
Yeah,
from
they're using-
fucking heroes.
I mean, they use
They have
everything, but again, it's only briefly mentioned.
Yeah,
It's only
not
briefly
gonna have an
mentioned. It's not important.
This is not briefly mentioned. This is like a minute.
Yeah, that was
focused
briefly
on heroes.
mentioned.
This is not briefly
That was like 10
mentioned.
seconds, dude.
No,
It's
this is
not
way
gonna
more
have
than 10 seconds.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys, the picture of my Space Invader in the broadcast chat will cheer you up.
I pretend to pretend to think that Dragon Ball Heroes doesn't
Oh.
exist, and yet this is making it seem like it does exist, and it's making me
Seamus,
question
Seamus.
my Dragon Ball fandom. Honestly,
Look, Seamus, I can promise you, the hero stuff doesn't impact the verdict. I swear to God.
I swear if it does,
doesn't.
I might have
It
to.
doesn't.
I might have to
It
stop
does
being
not.
a Dragon Ball fan.
It does not.
No, it doesn't.
Now
and I
look at-
want
now
Jokes
look
on
at
you
the
guys.
space-
RGS
Jokes
says
on
it
you guys
doesn't,
because
please.
I've seen the episode already like months ago. Talk about a power play.
Thank you, Evelyn.
It's a power play. He's trolling us all.
Yes, indeed I am.
Seamus,
Okay, they-
Seamus, I'm gonna need you to lay off the sauce tonight if you haven't already started.
By the way,
They do go off. Yeah, I love how they use the Raging Blast. What if?
Yeah.
Two of the greatest
I love that Vegeta is still embarrassed to
Can we
do
talk
the
about, hang on, in Fighters, can we talk about how badass it is that when he's fighting Jarnimba, he transforms back to Super Saiyan just to flex on him?
Yeah.
I mean,
That was
it's pretty
amazing.
cool, yeah.
That was so
Okay.
cool. I will say though,
actually-
the Vegito analysis is a bit weaker, and I think it's shorter too.
It is. It's very weird how they just flex for Gogeta, but they just breeze through Vegito.
I think I have a theory. I think it's to underestimate or have the audience underestimate the Vegito intentionally, but I won't say why.
Well, in my opinion, actually no, not in my opinion, in all reactors' opinions, they hate it when they do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea either. I think it's because
What
a
do you
lot
mean
of the information they
sometimes
talked about.
Vegito?
I think the issue is that a lot of the information they talked about with Gogeta also applies to Vegito. So when they finish Gogeta, they just didn't have much left.
Yeah.
Also, what do you mean alternately spelled Vegito? That's how you spell it in the Japanese.
Yeah. I love Vegito more than Gogeta. I was introduced to Vegito first.
Yeah,
I was introduced to Gogeta first. I'm sorry to say.
Also, in my opinion, Vegito has the better drip game.
Vegeta is awful. I hate that. So bad.
Anyway.
Why?
Are entirely his own. Many of which are fittingly.
How do you guys feel about the various pictures that I have of my space?
All right,
invade
I'm
that
back,
I
and it's
posted?
time for the superior. It's time for the superior fusion. Vegito, nice. Okay, I have no biases. Shut
Man,
up.
we were just arguing about who was better.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the biases exist. They don't exist. Vegito's better. Shut up.
No, yeah, I can agree to that. I just said Vegito.
I'm a Gogeta guy, but you know.
Okay, who's the better fusion? Bolchi or Cholma?
That's a good question.
It's a question. It's Reese's That's the best fusion.
The fucking chocolate. You know, you guys know. Hang on. You guys know. Hang on. You guys. You remember Hyper Dragon Ball Z? Remember when they quote unquote released Vegito, when it was actually the fucking candy with special moves? And shit? That was great. That was awesome.
Guys, how do you feel about Reese's Puffs? Reese's Puffs.
Beat him up.
I can do more than that. It appears I maintained all my. I'm not just an ordinary piece of candy. I'm a jawbreaker, the strongest candy there is.
Oh my god!
I would say he's stronger than freaking Janema, but he lost his fusion between that fight, right?
Okay, yeah. So see, So see, here's the thing, because they're gonna go over this in the manga version of the Goku Black arc. Vegito's fusion only lasted 40 minutes, but in the anime it was 10 minutes.
I thought it was 30 minutes.
No, it was 40.
You're going by.
I thought it was. I thought they scaled.
I can understand the mistake. This is Dragon Ball. Time doesn't matter.
It was less in Super Saiyan.
Dragon Ball's weird.
Plus, let's be honest.
Because it was established in Dragon Ball Z with Goten and Trunks as 30 minutes. And they said that the more power they use, the shorter the fusion would be.
Yeah. Okay. Well, again, in
they're too skinny.
I liked it. I like the design.
Plus, they just wanted to defuse Vegito so Trunks can get the win, and then ultimately you lose his universe.
I will say, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito is an awesome design.
I actually do prefer Super Saiyan Blue Vegito. It just complements the blue he's wearing.
Oh, I agree, absolutely. Without a doubt, absolutely.
Even if the Bataras is supposed to be a fusion of the costumes, even though Vegito wasn't wearing that waistcoat at the time, but it's just a more iconic look.
I was just complimenting the Super Saiyan 4 design because I really like that design on Vegito. I think it works. I think it works better on Vegito than it does Gogeta.
We definitely need more. I wonder again.
Oh yeah, I just realized what I said was a hot take, wasn't it? I'm going to get crucified in the comments. God,
yeah, you did. I think Vegito should have been. I think Vegito
is coming up,
guys. I love both. I'm sorry if I offended it.
After one of the most mid finales of
let's enjoy it. Let's enjoy it.
Death battle!
I do love how they use the Dragon Balls. Also, it's implied that they're right under Kami's lookouts.
Yeah.
Oh, let's watch this great interaction.
Now.
What is this madness?
Whoa, Vegeta!
Oh yeah, I fucking hate Goku in this. I forgot about that.
No,
okay, so I watched your guys' reaction. And I can tell you who exactly.
I remember this fight being amazing, by the way. This fight was.
Yeah, I will say. Also, Angel Dust voices Goku, which is actually amazing.
Michael Kovac voiced Goku Black, Asta, and Shazam in Death Battle.
That's pretty
cool. He's great there too.
He was a better Captain Marvel. He's not a good Goku.
I don't agree.
Well, see,
they got friggin'.
Oh, can we talk about this music? This music elevates the fight so hard.
Yeah, I love
it. Does, yeah, it absolutely does.
Yeah, the music's good.
Brandon Yates. This is Brandon Yates. This is a hot take, but this might be the best track Brandon Yates has done for Death Battle. I love this move, by the way.
He's already gone Super Saiyan Blue?
He needs to bring
Want to kick it up a notch?
I love this. I love this.
Dude!
Oh,
Wait, that doesn't make sense. It's
got,
Dragon Ball
like,
Z
Dragon
versions that they like.
I love it.
Whatever,
Yeah.
whatever,
You have
whatever.
Dragon Force
Whatever.
level of beats per minute here.
I don't care if it doesn't make sense. It's amazing. Who fucking cares?
Here comes Big Bang.
Now,
I love this
we
last
find
bit.
out at some point.
Come on.
Hang on.
Now we're on.
This is where it goes downhill a bit.
Yeah, okay, what is your question, Alex?
Because
didn't we find out at some point in time that they cut a bunch of stuff out
Oh,
of this?
wait, that doesn't make sense.
Yes,
I don't think
there
they
were,
like that.
There were
No.
2 things cut out of the boards, and this episode was delayed by a week so they can fix up the animation. The animators need
Also-
more time.
Interesting enough, in the storyboards, there was no dimensional smash there. He was actually thrown from Snakeway to Kami House, which I
Okay,
wish
yeah.
they kept in. I like that.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
this, okay, I will say, everyone quiet. I love the third act. The third act is amazing.
Yes, but it ends too
Why
much.
I don't like
Why are
how
they
they
in the
keep teleporting
hyperbolic
between
zone?
locations like this. I honestly don't like it as much.
Yeah.
No, neither did I.
Why are they in the hyperbolic time period? They needed permission to go in there. Like, so how does that work?
They don't
They
need
can
permission.
go through
They're in
dimensions.
the hypey body.
That's not a good excuse.
That one was
I
on
love
purpose.
this third act. Yeah, let's
Yes. Oh. Here it comes. Here it comes. Dragon!
Oh,
Kaioken.
let's
Done.
go.
Yeah.
Hold
man.
on.
I love this ending bit.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
Azor's
Yes.
rap
I'm not
reference.
surprised.
No,
So
that's
good.
fine.
I
That's
love
a
this
Vegeta-
ending.
that's
I
a
love
Vegito
that. I
is
love
the
that ending.
Fucking king! I knew it!
I
Yes!
always thought that was a
Vegito's
Majin
the
Vegeta
king!
reference.
I'm not even
It is
mad.
a
I'm
Majin
just.
Vegeta.
I do
It
like
is
how
a
they
Majin
showed
Vegeta
respect for
reference.
Gogeta there.
Probably gonna solve a lot of world
Yeah.
problems with that.
Okay, so I forgot to mention, Brandon Yates didn't do the track by himself. He actually got Victor Borba, of all fucking people, to collab with him on that track.
Wow.
Yeah, Victor Borba's a really good musician.
Yeah.
From a musical standpoint, I have a couple of qualms with it. It's a good track, but for Dragon Ball, they should have brought the beats per minute down. Because we're operating on Dragon Force beats per minute here. And the drum kit is, it's very modern metal, snappy, punchy, when it should have probably been a bit more synthy analog level.
There is a reason for that. Brandon wanted to reference both the Alive track from Goku vs. Superman 2 and Princess of Pride, so it's meant to be kind of a love letter to those tracks, but it also is meant to be a giant love letter to Dragon Ball as a whole. So that's why the music comes off like that.
Funnily enough,
it could have
interesting
stood to be a
fact,
bit more poppy, a bit less industrial.
Interesting fact, the Alive track he did for Goku vs. Superman 2 is still one of his highest viewed videos on his channel.
So there's nothing stopping Vegito from combining the full.
I do
But that's
agree with this ending analysis, but I have one problem that would have been much better conveyed in the animation.
Yeah.
Is that they show you a glimpse of Vegito using Kaioken, and if you can kind of make it out, Gogeta is using Blue Evolved at the last second.
Oh!
And I kind of feel like, yeah. And
Gogeta used Blue Evolved?
Gogeta used Blue Evolve, and Vegeta was using Kaioken.
I'll need to rewind back to that because I never noticed that before.
Yeah, but I wish that was better conveyed.
Yeah.
And there were dialogue bits cut out, like Vegito actually said at the end, "Good fight," before he fist bumped him. And then
I can see why they cut that though. I kind of like it with no dialogue. Personally.
And then Gogeta, when he threw the Stardust Breaker, he actually yelled the attack name.
However, these
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So there was stuff cut, and they had to get this fight out before, because they couldn't delay it past Christmas. It had to be out before Christmas.
In the end, Vegito's higher power level, no matter how slight it was, made a big difference in protecting and maintaining his longer, more flexible time limit.
Gogeta was
I love this ending bit, by the way.
more than that to beat Vegito. Sorry, Wiz, I know that pun was potarible.
Wait, shut up. Earth's Dragon Balls give 2 wishes, right?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Shinra!
Superhero says otherwise.
The winner is Vegito.
I love how they do
I
both
want
voices.
to see.
That's good.
Shinra!
I want to see what Whiz Stick or Boomzerd looks like.
Let's see what. Yeah. Yeah, I do kind of see evolution there. Just not much, but I can see it.
Yeah, but you see those red aura.
Yep.
Yeah.
You mean like Kaioken? You know, like
he's using.
Yep, I do see it. Yeah, Vegito's using Kaioken. He's using Blue Evolution. You can kind of see it, but it's just barely.
I can't tell it's Blue Evolution.
It's hard. It's really hard to tell. They needed to make it a bit more clear on that, honestly.
So,
but yeah, Alex, you go.
Okay, so I have a question about this. Is it fair to say that Death Battle is Vince Coletta-ing the storyboards?
That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut.
I would say yes, because again, 9 times out of 10, what ends up in the boards gets cut in the actual animation, and that's not even and that's all the animators. The animators are the ones who do the cutting, not the boarder, not the writer. So it really all comes down to what the animators want to do.
Okay, so yeah, for those of you who don't know, Vince Coletta was a colorist and inker who worked for Marvel Comics, and he became fairly infamous for taking a bunch of work by Jack Kirby and others and just not inking a bunch of it. If you look at Kirby's original sketches versus Vince Coletta's final inking, it's very simplified. It's very it's under detailed. There's characters and backgrounds completely removed from the original sketches, and nobody did anything about it. So there's just a bunch of Marvel comics out there that have really, really bad art that didn't in the original drawing stage. And a lot of death battles, it seems to me, wind up victim of that. Because, as we've talked about before, there's several death battles that have much better storyboards than they do actual... What the fuck? You're giving me a seizure, Ben.
What did I do?
But anyway.
Oh, sorry.
Anyways.
That's my bad. I was mentioning something.
Okay, so, it seems like there are a lot of death battles that have much better storyboards than they do final animations, because there's... As we've noted before, there seems like there's things missing, and as we've found out here, well, the stuff that's missing is, they made it just didn't make it into the final battle for some reason. It was either animated incorrectly or edited incorrectly or any number of things. So, as much as I kind of like this, I can't remember what my exact reaction to this was when we first watched it. I wasn't that hot on it. I'm still not that hot on it. And so I'm gonna say, we've seen way worse. So I think it should probably go in, probably towards the top of it was fine. Probably at the very top of it was fine, to be perfectly honest, because the music is very good, but it does have that issue of sounding a bit too industrial, sounding a bit too Metal Gear Rising-y. I wish they could have brought the tempo down a little bit to more match the pace of the death battle. Well, as it stands, it's very speed metal, which is not a genre I associate with Dragon Ball. I associate it with like J-Rock and orchestral, Falconer, her style, hard rock and synth metal, that kind of thing.
Your timer went off, by the way. I just want to let you know.
There's a lot of cool stuff going on here. Not enough that I'd say that it justifies being more than above. It was fine. And actually, in hindsight, I'd say, hey, maybe we could put it up in pretty damn good above Jake Long. But that was where I put it. I put it in Jake Long, but you could probably put it at the very bottom of pretty damn good, or at the top of it was fine. I'd be okay with either of those. Me personally, When I put it in, it was fine. I put it above Yang versus What's-Her-Face. Not Yang.
Tifa.
No, not Yang versus Tifa. What's
you mean
what's the one above Sonic and
Weiss
Mario
versus
on this
Peter?
list?
Weiss versus
Sonic
Mitsuru.
and Mario. Whis
Okay.
versus Mitsuru.
Weiss. No.
Yeah.
Weiss.
Ruby character versus non-Ruby character. That was where I put it on. It was fine. But I wouldn't necessarily put it.
Blonde Bombshell
above.
versus.
I'm not going to put it.
We'll just stick with what you said before. We'll just stick with.
Yeah. So I'm not going to put it above Chun-Li versus Mai. There's too much boobage in that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
You are too horny for this world.
I also agree.
Kevin.
A man of culture.
I say that
But
as a joke.
We're not going to go back into that debate. We spent like 30 minutes last week, and
never again. Never again. All right, Kevin, you're up. 3, 2, 1, go.
I don't know. It was fine. It was very lackluster in terms of the fight choreography and the animation.
Boy,
don't even.
No, I could agree with that. Yeah.
Also, the voice acting seemed okay. It's just that there wasn't really all that much good dialogue for them to
Should've
work
been
off
Masako
of.
X.
I wonder if he was too busy. I do wonder why
they've made the conscious decision to not bring back Masako because, again, they've pretty much, I believe, they have stated before they're not going to use Team 4-star actors as much as anymore. They're only going to use
the
ones
fact that they had Lanny Pator in this episode.
Lenny and Kaiser Neko and Takahaka are the exceptions to this. Masako is not.
Why?
Why get these two and not him?
Because I don't know because all of them are the popular voices of the character. Masako is
okay. So
that's why getting Mark Hamill for all your Batman.
That's so weird.
Okay,
that doesn't really make much sense.
My Goku isn't very good, but I have a better Goku than this guy. And they are in Texas, which is like voice acting central. They could find a guy who can do a Goku better than this guy.
I still don't get the logic of not bringing back Masako X. That's so weird. I don't understand
that. Alex doesn't like a spider brothel.
Anyway.
Kevin I guess we need to continue. Kevin, where'd you say you put it?
I already said at bottom of it was fine.
Okay, fair. I guess I'll go. Let me start my timer. It's grown on me a bit, honestly, because there's a lot I like. It has issues, but to start with, I really like Gogeta's analysis. I love how it starts. I love what they go through. As a Gogeta fan, I was satisfied with it. Vegeta's analysis is weird. It's shorter. It covers a lot less. It feels like they're trying to underplay him to make the result more surprising. I don't think that's what they were trying to do. Again, I think they were trying to. They covered a lot of information that would have been covered as well in Vegito, so they tried to mention other stuff, but there just wasn't enough. I feel like there should have been a bit more of a balance between both. But again, Vegeta's analysis was meh. Gogeta's was great. The fight itself, I like the first and third act, especially the third act. I love the third act. First act, I really like. It's the second act that falls a bit short, and I don't know. The animation was just really stiff in those sections until the latter end of the second half, and the transitions between the other worlds. Like, I'm fine with them transitioning into Snake Way with the dimension smashing. I don't like how they dimension smash to Kame House. I don't like the use of the dimensional, the time space dimensional shit. Whatever. I don't remember. I get why they did that. I get why they did that so they can revert back to Kami's lookout. I get that, but it's also not done particularly too well. I feel like they should have brought it back to Kami's lookout and ended the fight there. That wouldn't make much of a difference, but despite that, I still love its third act. I love the respect they showed to Gogeta. That final clash was great, despite the oddity with Blue Evo barely being shown, despite it being used. That was a bit weird, but my timer went off. Fuck, I rambled too much. Where would I put it? Give me a moment. Let me think. I would put it under Harley Quinn versus Jinx. I did enjoy that episode that much. It's not perfect, but I do think it goes under Harley, in my opinion. Gizmo, you are up in 3, 2, 1, go.
Time for a death battle right below Chuck
Whoa.
versus
Whoa.
Underwear?
Chuck
Chuck
versus
versus Gogeta.
Right
Really?
below.
That's a
Are
reach.
you?
That's a reach.
Why?
What's
I
your
need
reasoning on that?
Hold on.
I'm holding.
I can't hold it anymore.
I'm holding.
Hold that goes there. You ain't get...
Tell us why. I need to know.
Okay.
Like why?
So the reason why I put up there is because there was literally hype from the very beginning of the episode. The fact that they got the Dragon Balls just so they couldn't wish upon something like this, I think was actually pretty clever. It was sort of similar to how they had Jason Voorhees versus Michael Myers, and I hope that I see more of those kind of settings and setups.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, where they're either outside of their workplace or they do something outlandish to actually make that fight happen by themselves. I hope more of that happens.
Absolutely.
The analysis, well, okay, yeah, it was a bit short, but you gotta admit they were sort of similar. The origins of the creation, not the characters, the creation were sort of similar. You have to admit to that.
Yeah.
Which I didn't mind that as much as other people, but I think it was pretty cool. The fact that they even mentioned Gogeta and Vegito at all, because everyone's always arguing this part of it ain't canon, only this part of the fusion is canon, yada yada yada, Dragon Ball's up my butt. I'm always hearing about these kind of arguments, and neither once am I hearing, oh, I love Vegito or Gogeta, and that's it. It's always, I love Vegito, but, or I love Gogeta, but, and that's always arguing about canons and forms and games and filler. It's like, for once, I would like to at least hear someone gush about how cool both of them are, and they did. They didn't hamper around canon. They didn't hamper around side missions or side games or whatever have you. They concentrated on the fact that these are two of the biggest fucking fusions in Dragon Ball history. Gotenks is like second, and these two are like on the top. We'll leave second for if the Dragon Ball Z guys decide to do anything creative besides having those four Saiyans. And the fight animation, god damn, man, the music was hype. The fighting was hype. They used almost all their attacks, which I'm surprised they did, because usually they leave like one or two, maybe three out of the equation for like time reasons or something like that, like Terminator versus RoboCop. But no, they practically had literally had the entire.
That's a good point. I didn't really think of that. That's a good point.
It's something to think about, because think about RoboCop. He could have taken out that transceiver. People are always saying he should have done that. People said that he should have taken out the plasma rifle when the Terminator got rid of his exoskin or whatever the fuck. No, and here on the other hand, they literally use everything. I love that. I love that about it. And the ending, the ending was hyped too. People have been saying that was a reference to how Majin Vegeta sacrificed himself to kill off Boo in vain, but it was still pretty cool. I buy that more. That's a reference I'd buy. And the fact that it was just all because of a wish, not because oh, we had to write down something like Bulma did a mistake or Trunks accidentally used the time machine. No. They outright had the characters outright wish for this to happen. I love that.
Mm-hmm. I will admit
everything was hype about it. I love everything about it. And to finish off what I was saying, to finish off everything, while I really don't like the fact that they cut out one or two things in here. It would have been cool to see him do like a KO Kenbu officially, instead of having to look at the hint that they were going to do that. It was still a cool fight at the end of the day. that's why I put it at. It's time for a death bell.
Fair enough. I think I might change my vote to above Terminator versus
Like
RoboCop.
I would be surprised if nobody decided to put this up in the theaters.
That would have been cool, honestly. I would have seen that.
Like,
I would see any death battle in theaters, man.
Imagine that death battle with that big ass screen with surround sound for everybody to see and hear.
Death
that would be fucking awesome.
Battle has played in theaters, not once but twice.
Oh, hello, D-Bert.
Hey, Brett.
Hey, Damon.
All right. We should go on to the next person. Who was it? Or RGS.
We just
lost D-Bert. RGS.
Yeah, we lost him.
RGS.
Yeah.
RGS, you're up in 3, 2, 1, go.
This is going to be very contentious, but I think it's very mid.
No, it's not.
There.
I throw you.
Gizmo, you throw everybody you don't agree with.
It's a joke.
It's fine. First, I'm going to say this. It's fine to like it. It's fine to enjoy the splendor of it, because that's the whole point. It's splendor. It's good to see both Vegito and Gogeta fight, and there's not really a crux to it. It's just them fighting and looking cool, but the issue is really the pacing and how they handle the fight itself. The animation has really good shots in it. I do like what they do for some things. It's just the lack of real transitioning, and it feels like they could have ended the fight like different ways. Especially since they started already with their ultimate techniques, the final Kamehameha and the Big Bang Kamehameha. Feels like a bit of a waste, honestly, considering those are their definitive techniques that are unique to them.
Hi guys.
Well,
Sorry,
Damon. Well, Damon, you missed.
Hi, Damon.
You're good.
You missed the mid finale of season 9.
Miss Gogeta versus Vegito.
Yeah, we're pretty much almost done.
Oh,
yeah.
Sorry about being late.
You're okay. It happens. Anyways,
Vegito does have more unique techniques as well, and I know that thanks to the Broly movie, Gogeta has enough where he can stand on his own and not rely too much on the Goku and Vegeta techniques. But the issue really is that they could have maybe paced it a little better and maybe focus a bit less on the splendor and more like feeling like it's an actual fight that they both enjoy.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that they kind of neglected some characterization of what I would have really liked to see two of them actually like bantering and actually as things get higher and higher. Hell, that could be a good way to include the whole dimension thing as they rise in power. The whole world starts to get frayed and we see them in different places. But that's the issue. I came up with that on the spot, and I think that could have been a bit better than just they appear here, they appear here, they appear here. And also the additional context they had for the transitions would have really helped. I don't mind the ending. I know what they were trying to do. I like Dragon Fist and I like the normal Kamehameha. I guess it's a nice way. Like,
your timer went off.
Well, yeah, but Gizmo's probably would have a bit ago.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll give you an extra minute.
Yeah. So it just felt like a bit. Oh, how do we end it? Oh, let's end it with 2 Goku techniques. Where was the Vegeta technique there?
That's a good
point.
point.
The final Kamehameha is Vegito, so the Big Bang is for Gogeta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Stardust is Gogeta.
Yeah, the Stardust.
Yeah, I know.
Goku
I'm
or
aware.
Yeah. One thing I have to bring up about the Stardust, people have been complaining on the pure evil types, but I can make the argument that because of Vegeta being part of the fusion, that it should have worked at least halfway through because Vegeta
I would
has done
argue.
some shit.
I don't know.
I'll talk about that when I get to my turn.
Well, he has done some shit. Like he eradicated the entire planet.
Gizmo, can we?
He's there for a while.
We do let RGS finish.
Alright, everybody cuts in and nobody likes them when I cut in. That's a bit iffy.
My bad, man.
Anyways, no worries. That was a bit facetious of me. Anyway, you are right to bring up the Big Bang part, but I mean that they're ending it with 2 Goku techniques. They're ending it with the Dragon Fist and the Kamehameha, which maybe it would have been cooler to actually end it with the Big Bang, because it had Gogeta using the Dragon Fist. I I like the idea where they have to flicker into Kaioken and Blue Evolved, but it does mean that I kind of would have wished that we got to see those heroes once a bit more. But especially since they were mentioned, but I understand they didn't want to bog it down too much. So what it is, it's fine, and people are allowed to. It's just that for me, I think it tries hard to be a love letter when it feels like you just served me something I do enjoy, but I would have rathered it be a more special occasion.
Fair.
So because of that, I would put it. I'm gonna be a little bit generous. I'm gonna put it above Red Hood versus Winter Soldier.
Really?
I'm going to be generous to it because I do acknowledge the effort, and as I said before, I do like a couple of the shots.
Right.
It's just that I don't think it's worthy death or time for a death battle. I think for what it is, it's decent, but it should have been more, and that's the most disappointing fact. It claims it's a love letter, but I don't feel very beloved. Anyway, that's me.
All right, Sheamus, you are up in 3, 2, 1 to go. Sheamus.
Seamus.
And Sheamus
Dun,
was
dun,
kidnapped by
dun, dun,
ninjas.
dun, dun, dun,
Damn it!
I forgot to give
Guys,
myself.
does anyone have Ryu Hayabusa's number? Oh, he's here.
I'm back. I'm surprised that
Oh, Ryu Hayabusa saved you.
I'm surprised we're still talking about Vegito versus Gogeta like 15 minutes later. And apparently, these limits don't matter. Okay. Point being, the choreography and everything was in time for a death battle. The point being, like, you know, the epicness, the music, the choreography, everything about that. You know, you could argue some of like the mixings here and there of like, you know, the whole Pataras and the whole fusion thing, even though they had like a self-imposed time limit, even though they apparently were retconned to not to. But the point of the matter is, it was a fun fight, and I'm going to put it at the top of a worthy death. There, let's move on.
Really? Oh wow. Damn. You know, I just remembered, Alex, in the original Archers, you said the sound mixing was really good with the fusion voices.
Oh yeah, it was definitely.
I just wanted to. No one's mentioned that yet. I wanted to mention that real quick.
Well, we've had the volume down pretty damn low so that we don't get copyright
Fair
struck.
enough. Fair enough. Fair. All right.
That's also the thing as well. You expect them to do it. You know.
Let's wrap this up before we potentially maybe get to a bonus. But Jedi 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so
bots in the Twitch chat again. I need to go.
I don't care about the analysis. I do agree with what how Mono brought it up. It was nice. Everything about the analysis was nice, but it still felt like they rushed through it, and that leads to the animation portion, which I just want to talk about the most. This is probably the most mid Dragon Ball animation I've seen, and this is animated by 3 people who have done better Dragon Ball content on their own sides. There was also a scene that was supposed to be added, but the animators could not rig it or do a model for it. When Vegito is hit by the Stardust Breaker, if you look at the boards, the back of his shirt rips, and that's how he bleeds. That's supposed to be how he is damaged at the end. So it did hurt him, but because...
Hey, on Jedi, you're starting to cut out a little bit.
How's this?
Oh, you're good now.
Okay, so we were supposed to see a battle-damaged Vegito, but we didn't get it because they couldn't animate that. The voice acting, I thought, was fine. I think Michael Kovac should get another shot at Goku because it's not his fault, but the script was lackluster. He wasn't given that much to do. Lenny pretty much carried it. I think, in my opinion, Michael Kovac does a better Kamehameha than Masako X. And this dude's got lungs. The music was good. I loved the music. The ending, I can't really disprove. But this was overall just 2 action figures fighting, and overall, it didn't feel like a finale. Everything Popeye versus Saitama, Pokemon versus Digimon, the other finales, this does not do any of those, and it's not its fault. Yeah. But I feel like they could have had this be the mid-season finale. And to push it even further, I think Pinkie Pie versus Deadpool was even more memorable than this fight.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Brutal.
Because what ultimately happens in this fight? Flying, transformations, lasers, punching. That's it.
And you just described all of Dragon Ball
Thank you.
Super.
Thank you.
Hey-o!
Brutal.
With
Oh,
all
that's
that being said, as this was a mid finale, I would have to say it should go in pretty darn good. I agree with
Don't you mean pretty fucking good?
Yeah, pretty fucking good. I agree
Pretty
with the
damn good,
placement.
boy.
I think it should be between Static and Miles and Jason versus Bucky.
All right.
So we got one vote for Time for Death Battle. I think 2 for it was fine, and the rest are in here.
All right. So
I think I'll just keep it where it's at.
All
So
right.
before we spin the wheel, I did put bonus, and we're gonna vote on it. We didn't talk about it
We're way
previously.
over time. I don't think we
Yeah,
can
let's
react.
go ahead and watch. What is the bonus episode actually? Hang on.
So it's not a Death Battle thing, but we talked about it before, and I want to do a vote to be fair.
It's better be a what if Dragon Ball Sprite
Well, a lot of
battle, or
our
I'm
complaints, we
leaving.
complained a lot about the animation, and there's an animation
already
that
feel
people
like
consider that
leaving.
people. Now let me talk.
No, we gotta stay
There's
around.
an animation.
Go ahead,
there's
Ben.
an there's an animation that people consider the best Gogeta versus Vegito animation, and we can
Yeah,
end the night.
I want to see that. Let's go.
But I want to vote on this, just so we're all on the same page. But it's made by the guy who does a lot of the Dragon Ball What If. Shima's seen some of them. Alex has seen only one. RGS has seen all of them, I think. But we'll vote on it.
I'd rather watch that
20
PS5
minutes
trailer
now,
if
this is
you
too
don't
long.
mind.
Yeah,
I'd
it's
love
long.
to see it, but part of the problem is that we are 3 hours in and we need to wrap
Jesus
this up.
Christ, we're
So
3 hours in. How about
Yeah,
this? We'll
so
save it
let's-
for another day.
yeah,
we'll save it for
this for another day. Go
Yeah.
ahead and we'll spin to get our preview, and we'll wrap it up for the night.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Whee! And the wheel, a good one to start off with. Please.
And again, please. Yeah. Oh.
We got a good one. We got a good one.
It's
Yes.
actually a good
I
one.
love this
Okay.
episode.
Oh.
All
My
right.
favorite fantastic episode. I love this. Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, this is actually a good one.
Yeah.
This is really good.
I thought we watched this before, but whatever.
No, we
Yeah, we
didn't.
haven't gotten to this yet. Nope. Surprisingly,
maybe I'm just imagining it. Maybe I don't know.
yeah, man. I think you're confusing when we watched it together because I do think you remember that.
Possibly.
So yeah, next week we'll watch this one and maybe the bonus Gogeta one. We'll vote on it in private. I guess yeah, we'll vote on it in private. I feel like so. We'll see you guys next week for Magneto versus Tetsuo and maybe another Gogeta versus Vegito one. We'll see. Until next time, guys.
I had a little plan for something I wanted us to do after this, but then I looked over at the timer and realized we went for 3 hours. So we're not going to do that. See you guys later, and goodbye to the bots in the Twitch chat that I had to ban.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay, so are we done recording?